Hey everyone, welcome to Warriors of Waterdeep, the Anvil of Dumathoin. How's everyone doing tonight? Thank you for joining us for an evening of Dungeons and Dragons. I am Chris, I will be your Dungeon Master for the next 3 hours or so, depending on my timekeeping. Yes, and we are thrilled to be streaming at twitch.tv/RollTogetherRPG. So, this is a Dungeons and Dragons stream, which means we are playing the Dungeons and the Dragons. Ed is a dungeon, Niall is a dragon. So from there on, the rest should be able to fall pretty clearly. Actually, Emma, what would you be, dungeon or dragon? No, neither? No? Okay.
I know what I was going to say, but I won't.
Dragons are more interesting than dungeons, but I feel like it's a very binary spectrum there, isn't it?
Yeah, we're not good at binaries, are we? Yeah.
Hag. I'm going hag, as long as hags don't have to be only female.
Yeah,
nice.
This is fair. Good.
Live the hag life.
Anyway, intro. Hello, we're playing Dungeons and Dragons. That's what we're doing. Yeah, so we roll dice, and the characters do stuff. Their character sheets are on the left-hand side of the screen.
Sorry, that was incredibly GNC. Like, you gave me a choice, and I went, no.
You are GNC.
Neither.
This is fine. Anyway, yes, they play their characters, and we tell our story together. I play the rest of the world, and most of the time they're rolling 20-sided dice, and a 20 is good and a 1 is bad. Pretty simple. And that's what we do. We roleplay, we improvise, we tell stories, and we're super professional all the time.
Obviously.
Down the lens. Yeah. Heard it here first, people. Anyway, while everyone plays their characters and I play the universe, I'm Chris, I use they, them pronouns, and I'm the universe. Let's go around the table and meet everyone else, starting with Niall. Could you please give your name, your pronouns if you wish, your character's name, their pronouns, and maybe tell us something cool that they did in the last episode, which was the first episode. This is the second episode.
My name's Niall. I use he, him. I'm playing Namelin, who uses she, her. And we had probably the coolest moment of Namelin getting to really live out my assassin rogue fantasies of just absolutely terrifying the life out of some poor little gobbos that just didn't know what they were getting into. But it was blood on the streets. It was beautiful.
I think you enjoyed it too much now. I'm concerned.
I dreamt about it. I was like, just I need my fix again.
I wish I could dream about stuff like that.
I'm concerned. Nah.
Hi, I'm Nat. I use she, her pronouns, and this week I will be playing the dark, the rugged, the scarred, the sideburns, the very small and shy Thomas Tolstep, who is a halfling, and he is a fighter of the Battlemaster variety. And the coolest thing that he did was, after his very shy introduction, was get to just storm it on the battlefield. I think that's possibly the most successful I've been in a battle before. I'm usually a bit useless, but that was lots of fun.
That's what happens when someone else makes a character for you. Natalie!
Rude.
Need some salt for that bird.
Lay into the nerve, sure.
You need to stop, drop, and roll for that.
Do you want me to throw a dice at them? Because I can.
Actually, that'd be great. That's one of the table shakers, isn't it?
No, God, no.
And I just threw it at my own computer, so you know.
Yeah.
my throwing is not ideal.
Nat, I apologise. I was flippant and rude, and I didn't mean to be.
This is an
Lies.
inclusive space. Players.
Anna, save me.
Hi, my name's Anna. I use he, she, and they pronouns, and I hate introducing myself. And I am playing Coriolis, the chaotic gnome sorcerer, and she uses she, her pronouns. And I think the coolest thing, she did a lot of cool stuff last session, and I think the coolest thing she did was blind some goblins using a rainbow.
Yes.
Oh, that was very cool.
You did blind goblins using a rainbow, which is the height of chaos. Thank you.
Yeah.
Lovely stuff. Moving on. Emma, please don't throw any more dice.
I won't throw any more dice at you, unless Nat requests it.
Okay. This I accept.
Hi, I'm Emma. I use the pronouns M or Emma. I'm playing Shivarith, who uses she, her pronouns. Shivarith is an incredibly cool wizard, and I am trying to live up to that. Last session, I used a lightning bolt straight down a caravan full of commoners to kill off a load of goblins, and I didn't kill any commoners, so I feel pretty good about that.
It was pretty cool. You then set fire to a forest.
Started a forest fire, then put out the forest fire. So
Oh, that's true.
Only you can both start and prevent forest fires. This is very true. Good.
I'm not sure that's the message we want to. don't start forest fires.
Please don't start forest fires.
Do try and stop them.
If you do start them, stop them. I think that's the message, isn't it? Yeah.
Just don't start them in the first place.
Yeah,
but if you do start them, call the emergency services.
Yeah, don't you try and stop them. Get the professionals.
Yeah.
Unless it's like stamp outable. If it's just a little tiny. Anyway.
Well, unless it's stamp outable, then you can do it yourself.
We're so British.
Hello, I'm Ed. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm playing Halbernet Solidonel, who uses they, them pronouns. I thought I did that really well.
You were so happy.
I nailed that.
Name. Right, the coolest thing that they did last session was to treat a goblin like a mosquito, clinging onto their shield, trying to bash them, and they just walked them down. That was cool.
I believe in MMA that's called a pig slam.
Indeed.
Well, there you go. Amazing the things that you learn.
I never learned that in MMA, and I trained in MMA.
Maybe you just don't pig slam people. I think that's a good thing.
We call it punching.
Right.
Anyway, we need to get through the intro and start streaming, folks. So this intro will run for 3 hours approximately. This stream will run for approximately 3 hours, and there'll be a 5-10 minute break somewhere near the middle. And we are delighted to be sponsored by the wonderful Ludia, who make Warriors of Waterdeep, where all these lovely people are playing the lovely characters from Warriors of Waterdeep, the 5 best ones anyway. Fight me, chat. Fight me. Anyway, Ludia
just
are...
fight amongst yourselves.
That's also an option. Ludia are they make video games, they make mobile games, and Warriors of Waterdeep is their D&D mobile game, and they've wonderfully given us the opportunity to play in their world and play their characters as we tell the story of their video game, of the adventure of the game, hopefully with some role play and some bits thrown in. But yes, you should hopefully recognise bits from Warriors of Waterdeep if you are a fan. That is certainly the intention. We are Roll Together RPG on all socials, so join us there and see clips from the show that you've already watched, or potentially see more about what we are doing and get some advance warning what we're doing. And if you really like advance warning, if advance warning is your thing, if advance warnings really sings to you, then join us on Patreon, where we do even more advance warning, I know, right? Patreon.com/RollTogetherRPG, where you can join us from just $1, pound, euro, baht, I guess, I don't know.
Be more than one bat.
Isn't one baht a couple of p? I don't know. But anyway, yes, join us with whatever your local currency is. If you fancy listening to our lovely shows and not looking at our gorgeous faces, which is your loss, frankly, you can also download all of our shows as podcasts. They're available where all podcasts are available. There are many podcasting apps. It's on, I think, most of them. I mean, check it. Check your podcasting app. Check it now. Yeah. Look, there we are. Amazing. See how we did that. But yes, do check us out as a podcast. We're quite good for walking to work if you like half-hour intros. Finally, we play with a diverse group of players who play a diverse set of characters with wide-ranging sexual and gender identities. Our tables are trans-positive, and we encourage and champion trans players, characters, and DMs in our streams. The DM and players may portray characters that are of a gender to their own, and while we aim to avoid misgendering, we do appreciate it does sometimes happen. We have company policy in place for misgendering should the need arise, and if you want to check out any more of our safety issues, any more of our safety concerns, there's a link in chat with content warnings, the safety tools that we use, and do let us know in Twitch chat or via any message if you think we've missed a misgendering opportunity or a chance to do things safer and or better. We're always open to being corrected. Right, well, it's about that time again, folks!
That was odd.
Last time on the Anvil of Dumathoin, you all met in the Yawning Portal and were introduced to each other as potential new members of the Warriors of Waterdeep, a group that Lariel Silverhand, the Open Lord of Waterdeep, has set up in the interests of trying to deal with a problem.
Did she call us the Warriors of Waterdeep?
I don't think she did, but I'm calling you that now.
Okay.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
I mean, maybe you are.
You have been sent to Sharpstone Keep, where the Burnt Bone Horde are waylaying travellers on the North Road. You made your way up the North Road and found some travellers being waylaid. Coincidence? You decide. But in dealing with said travellers being waylaid, you dealt with some kobolds and some goblins, and were in the middle of a gnarly fight. It was pretty gnarly. Some of the goblins managed to run away, though. There are now a lot of goblin and kobold corpses strewn around all of you as combat ends, and we rejoin our heroes. There are people on the carts who are sort of looking around themselves in terror as all of you put out the fire that Shavareth made over there. Yes, what would you all like to do at the end of that combat?
So if the commoners, am I calling them that? The
rude classist.
The gathering of people. If Halmanet is going to take a break from hopefully putting out the fire,
sure,
and come forward and go, people, do not be afraid. He's going to give them they're going to give them an extremely patronizing chat about what it is to have been saved and how lucky they are.
Oh no!
Roll me a performance check.
Oh no!
Performance check.
Yes, please.
They're not very good at that, obviously.
No, that was an intentional request.
Ooh.
I love it. I love it.
That's an 8. Now, what you should all do is be very careful about what you do when you're traveling. If you must organize yourselves and have a plan. It's this kind of thing that goes on for a while. I presume they stop listening. I hope
people are sort of putting stuff back on their carts. One person will do. Ed, this is acting is for you.
That is
nice. Can I go up to the youngest looking one?
There is about probably 6-7-year-old sat on the back of one of the carts, cross-legged, just watching Halbernet and taking in every word.
Can I just get in the line of sight? I'm assuming that even though I'm tiny, I can get in the line of sight.
Sure.
And just be like, "You alright?
Hello.
You alright?
Yeah. It's exciting.
You excited?
There were goblins, and then there was lightning, and then there was smashing. It was great.
You enjoyed it?
Your friends are all really cool.
Oh, I'm so pleased to hear that my friends are all really cool.
You're cool too. Sorry. You're cool too. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
You
that light thing with the rainbows, that was really cool. I'm sorry.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. Hey, just wanted to check you're all right, basically.
Yeah, I'm fine. I think Mr. Jenkins got stabbed a little bit, but I don't know. I think it was just at the back.
All right. Can you introduce me to Mr. Jenkins?
Mr. Jenkins. And one of the people in the back car gets up. What? This person what's your name? What's your name?
Coriolis. Corey. Call me Corey.
Corey wants to meet you? Why? Hi?
Chet, you're all right?
I'm fine.
Sure?
Yeah?
Nothing I can do?
Do you healing?
I've got... So I know someone else that does.
All right. Can I talk to them?
Now I remember a time when...
I'll bring you over. I'll chat to you while you're being healed.
Great.
And just takes them over. And just says, "Hi, Hal.
Is it?
This is Mr. Jenkins. Mr. Jenkins needs some healing."
Yeah, one of the goblins. I got cut on the arm. It's nothing.
Oh my god! Bandage him! Bandage him! For f***'s sake, bandage him and save your spells.
I'm going to do a medicine test if I may, rather than actually use a.
I think I got a splinter. I'm not sure.
This is a very serious wound. You were very lucky to come away as you did. And
No, it isn't.
do the medicine test. I know.
And then to oh no, is it bad?
No, it's not as bad as it could have been, but with a +7, it was a 9.
Can I use the help action?
Sure.
And the way I am helping is by distracting both Mr. Jenkins and Hal from any conversation with each other by just talking to Mr. Jenkins. So Hal can concentrate on healing rather than being in my way, and Mr. Jenkins can get healed.
14 is the
Right. It's a minor wound, maybe 1 hit point's worth of damage, which for a commoner is a lot.
Yes. Well, very well. And I presume on a decent medicine check I can wrap him up. I don't think I'll actually be tearing material off my own clothes.
You have a medicine bag, presumably it has some kind of bandaging and stuff in it.
Yeah, so that will be... and then if Corey will stop me, there will be an attempt to launch into another story, but if Corey could just gently take them away, that's
Where are you from, Mr. Jenkins?
There you go. That's...
Oh, we just come down the road from Yatar. We're on our way to Waterdeep. We sell, well, we've got cloths and fineries and bits and bobs.
Nice.
You know.
Nice. So how did you get jumped? Did you see him before? What?
Just came out of the woods. And so they grabbed the horses and, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
From what direction?
Points off to the right-hand side of the road. Okay.
Cool. Really good to know. Nice to meet you, Mr. Jenkins.
You too. You lot. Who are you lot?
Great question. I'm Corey. Nice to meet you.
I mean, it's like, what's your group name?
I think we are called the Waterdeep Miscreants.
Don't f*** this up. I know. We're representing the game.
I'm sorry. The villager turns to you, Batman, and says, "What do I call you?"
We are the Guardians.
We just canonically established that in-game we have not been called.
Yes,
the
I know.
Warriors
But
of
you've
Waterdeep.
just been asked to name us, so name us after the game.
I think, well, Mr. Jenkins, to answer your question a second time in a way that might be more appropriate.
Corey's never said that in her life before.
I think that, well, we do good fighting, and we're from Waterdeep, so I'm going to go with maybe we're the Warriors of Waterdeep.
There could be no other answer.
Such a cool name. Yeah. I'll tell everyone back home.
Soldiers of the local
Came
state.
up with it just now.
Alvin knows all about the coolness.
Wow. Thank you, Warriors of Waterdeep. Thank you so much. It's, and thanks for the Band-Aid too. Really appreciate it. Yeah.
It is our pleasure. Thank you.
Did you just try and do a hair wave and then poke yourself in the eye with your
Yeah, that
glasses?
happens. Yeah.
I was like, we're the Warriors of what? Ah, man.
Niall knows all about the coolness as well.
Well,
Could I investigate the Booyaga?
Booyah.
Oh yeah, yes.
Stockmaster. You can certainly investigate the corpse that got, torched.
I was going to say they got reduced to ash.
Hey, look. They were throwing spells at me.
Please roll an investigation check on the bloody heap of mess at your feet.
I can help. I think.
You're busy.
I've rolled a 27.
Damn.
Take your help and shove it.
Shivarith is currently in quite a lot of pain and trying really hard not to show it to anybody.
Oh, I see.
Shivarith, you start fossicking through the remains.
I occasionally bend over and I'm like, oh, no, that's not a good idea. In the same way that Emma sometimes does now that I'm 30, where I'm like, oh, no, it's just, my body doesn't do that anymore.
Chat, I apologise for being out of time 30. I know Emma's new to adulthood is the thing.
Splendid adult people make.
As you lean over and sift your way through, you do find that part of the clothing has been unburnt, and there is a very clear patchwork symbol. It would have been
previously
on the chest.
burnt and it has been unburnt.
No, it's in When you burn things, they don't all go up in flame in one go, unless they're covered in kerosene, which this goblin wasn't. So parts of it are singed but not fully burned, and part of it, there is clearly some kind of symbol on what would have been a lapel of a jacket or similar.
Can I, rip it off?
Sure. It looks like it has goblinoid words written around it and stuff like that. Do you speak Goblin?
No, we established this. I don't think anybody in the party does.
No one in the party speaks Goblin.
Plenty of Orcish, but very little Goblin.
Not today.
No, probably not. I think Goblinoid is written in Orcish text, so it probably reads like gobbledygook in Orcish.
No.
But yeah, you have a sort of symbol. And looking at it, there is quite a crude drawing of a bone that is on fire.
Can I shout at the people who I just saved by my lightning bolt in a sort of intimidating way? Any of you lot speak Goblin?
Roll an intimidation check. You just said you did it, so...
Oh no!
16.
Very good. One of the others. Yeah, I do. Hiya.
I require your services.
Righto. It's a middle-aged dwarf sort of bumbles up to you.
Can I just
Hello?
kind of show it to them?
That's a very strange memento.
Yes. Can you read it? What does it say?
It says, "We are the Burnt Bone Horde."
Interesting. Thank you.
You're more than welcome. Can I go now?
Oh, yes. Sorry. Be about your business.
Okay. Thank you again. That was amazing.
You're very welcome. Strange person.
Gemma.
Oh, Gemma. Right. Shivarith.
Hey.
Hi.
You right?
Yeah. No.
Okay. We've probably got some healing supplies and stuff if you need it. Because you just saved our lives. You know.
No. I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to take any of your things. Do not be concerned.
You just saved our lives. We'd be more than happy to.
No. You need them more than I will be absolutely. I will be fine. You. No. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. She turns around and walks back.
Am I anywhere near this?
No, you're talking to Mr. Jenkins.
Can I turn around to somebody, Thomas or Nolan?
Thomas and Nolan could be there. I mean, they're currently nowhere, so.
I'm not there. I know where I am.
Nolan is the wind.
If Habernet is all right with this, I'd like to think that after dealing with the fire, Thomas probably did turn around and start slowly walking towards the citizens to try and be like, I hope everyone's all right. But obviously Halbernet just kind of stalked past and did their spiel.
Sure.
So Thomas probably during that time has kind of just quietly got on with helping people get stuff back on the carts and overhearing stuff. And once that's dealt with, would probably sidle up to Shabara anyway.
Mm-hmm. Go for it.
It appears that this says, "We are the Burnt Bone Horde."
Right. Okay. That was the name that we heard before anyway. So I suppose that checks out.
Yeah, Lara gave it to you.
Sorry. I don't know why I'm trying to...
I have it written down here in my notes. So we just heard it somewhere.
It's all right. Halbernet's not there. Halbernet's being annoying somewhere else.
Some of the goblins ran away, so we should probably follow or continue, or maybe sit down for a short amount of time, or continue. I'm open to all suggestions that involve sitting down for a short amount of time. Maybe Shivarith is starting to slightly lean.
Yeah, you got stabbed in the kidney by a cop.
No, you chromatic-orbed me, and for a natural 20, it took away all of my hit points.
You're acided.
Yeah.
Got some bad acid burns.
I think Thomas would, if Shivarith was willing, would kind of maybe gently guide her to a nearby tree stump to just kind of have a little sit down.
That's very nice.
And just be like, oh, well, yes, I think it seems like we've established that that everyone here is okay, and it sounds like this was part of I don't want to say random attack, because obviously it keeps happening, but it's not. I feel like this is the kind of thing where we could probably have time to have a little sit down. I wanted to apologise because I let you down already, and I didn't mean to. I was focused on making sure the citizens were all right, and as soon as I ran away, you got hurt, and I'm really sorry about that.
Oh no, I mean I think they aimed for the most powerful person. Sorry, that sounded rude.
Right.
I had just killed 5 goblins. I think they were trying to stop that from happening again. Sorry, that was rude.
No,
I don't think that you are not
it's
powerful.
fine.
Your sword is quite impressive.
Thank you. I didn't
wield
take it that way.
Well. Sorry.
Thank you. I didn't take it that way. I just wanted to apologise because I didn't mean for you to get hurt. But in the grand scheme of the citizens who cannot do the things that you do, and doing the things that you do, I figured. Anyway, I think there's probably enough time for us to have a little sit down if that is what you need. Is there anything else that I can do?
That dwarf seems very nice. Do you think we could do something for them?
Like,
I don't know. What do they normally require? Food? Money?
dwarves?
People travelling.
Same sort of stuff that everyone else requires, really. You have met dwarves before, right?
Well, not to have conversations with, no. I mean, it was quite a closeted society at the Wizard Academy, and then I came here and, well, books, you know. The dwarves aren't really books, so...
No, they are distinct entities, yes.
Now, Len, where are you?
I imagine, like,
I'm
as soon as the-
looking out over the horizon.
Surveying the city that I must protect from now on till the end of my life.
No, as soon as the fighting stopped, Naomi like just very, very like swiftly like spin. You know, like when in Western films where people spin their guns, but that with daggers, and then straight into the belt, and then just sort of skulked off into the forest where she had knocked out a kobold.
Yep.
I'm gonna hogtie them, and then drag them back out. I'd like to do it as stealthily as possible so that at some point I can just be stood in the middle of the caravan and just go...
Roll me a stealth check and let's see if you beat everyone's passive.
Awesome.
That's a 27.
Wow. As you're all doing all of these things and having the world's most awkward conversation twice over, I don't know how you did that. There is a Naomi's in the middle of you all with a hog-tied kobold.
I like to think that during all these conversations, Naomi like walked past you all and just like, as they were going on, went...
Sure. Yeah.
Does anybody speak kobold?
The kobold is unconscious.
I mean, does it speak giant?
Yes, what do they speak?
Draconic, usually.
I make an intelligence... Oh,
I understand from books.
That would make sense.
Also, it looks like a dragon. I mean, look at it. It is a small dragon.
I'm not sure the kobold is speaking kobold right now, though. Maybe
Can I slap it?
Does
like a
anybody
word?
speak Draconic? The language of dragons?
Anyone speak Draconic?
No, sorry.
Gemma? Gemma?
Yeah.
You seem to be something of a linguist. Do you speak Draconic as well?
Yep. Yeah, I do, yeah.
We require your services. Could you translate for this small...
Or at least stop it talking.
I'm not going to say what it's saying because it's rude, but
Can I give it a little kick?
we all understood that was rude.
no, the hog tied. I can't do that just.
Why don't you just, put a knife to its throat and maybe it will understand that its situation is not...
Do we... Is that... yes, right.
Naomi looks at you like with like a head of like surprise, like, oh,
I'm
maybe
proficient
we
in
will get along
intimidation.
after all. Yeah, no one's gonna like as like with like just a flash, just like dig a dagger right next to its head, and then like be right next to it and just look at Gemma the dwarf and be like, ask it, where was its friends going?
Roll me an intimidation check with advantage. That was badass.
Well, let me check my charisma.
I don't think it's very good, is it?
Oh, it's a +3, so that's not
Wow.
So that's either a non-natural 20 or a 19. So I'll take the 20, please.
He says that they have a big castle, and it's through the woods that way.
Oh.
How many of them are there?
The horde is vast in number.
Good as it gets.
What's their leader?
He said there's Varga leads them.
And who is that?
Varga's Draconic only extends so far. Varga is big. And there's
presumably lots of things are big to a kobold.
and there's the new one who is also big. Sorry, Draconic.
The new one. Describe the new one.
Apparently the new one's on fire. Not sure what that means.
That's not good.
Could you
Concerning.
possibly ask it what exactly it was that they were hoping to gain from attacking these people?
They wanted to steal their things.
It's kind of adorable. Can we keep it as a pet?
No, really?
No.
No. For me.
I feel like it probably has its own opinions on that.
It is a living creature, I'm just saying. Sorry, I'm not part of this.
What
I need to learn find
what
familiar.
entrance does it use? And are there any entrances that it knows about
We still.
that are not usually used?
It is only aware of the front door.
Excellent.
It is a castle built into the side of a mountain.
Yeah, I get up to like face height, but you know, like when you lean, like not pulling the dagger out, but just lean it closer to the kobold's face, as I, you know, like you get up and just lean it closer to the kobold's face, and then I turn to Gemma and be like, "Do you want to take this back?"
Take the kobold back.
Well, like as a prisoner.
We'd have to feed them and look after them. Can't we just let them go and tell them to, sod off?
No worries, I just gauging what you were like. And then Nolan like pulls the dagger out with her foot, catches it, plants it back into her belt, and then just
Roll a dexterity check.
That's a. Is it just a dex or
Just dex.
acrobatics?
Just dex.
Okay.
This could go badly wrong.
Is it?
Why can't it be acrobatics? She's
Because it's not
proficient.
acrobatic. It's
He's not
18.
even, he's just moving his arm.
yeah. You do all of that slick as
And then she's gonna just sidle up to a wheel of a cart and just nuzzle in.
Nuzzle into the wheel of a cart.
So
Yeah, just like lean up against it.
right, so we're letting the small kobold leave.
Oh, we do not.
I mean, I don't want to murder it in cold blood.
No, just leave it here.
Oh,
He does.
it'll die.
Yeah.
Well, no, we're not doing that either.
Well, that's not cold blood. That's old blood.
No, that is the definition of cold blood.
No.
Can I go up to Gemma
Yep.
and just be like, translate this?
Sure.
And in my most intimidating manner, just say, right, here's what you're going to do. We're going to let you go. You're going to run away as far away as you can. You're going to have nothing to do with your horde, ever again, and if we ever see you again, we will kill you.
Roll me an intimidation check.
It's like an outtake from a Guy Ritchie film.
Can I help by going, yeah?
Yeah.
Sure.
That is more Guy Ritchie now.
Well, the first roll was a 14, the second roll was a 16.
The kobold looks at you, Corey, and just...
Got it?
Can I insight check Kobold?
Sure.
Paying a lot of attention to this kobold. I feel it's under.
Yeah, not a very good insight check either. Wasn't worth it. That's a 10.
With a 10, you can't tell whether they're actually going to do that, but there is a look of fear in their eyes.
Okay, cool. That's good enough for me.
That's pretty normal for a kobold, I'd say. I feel like that's a pretty normal state of affairs for a kobold, isn't it? Yeah.
No one has very much faith in Corey, do they?
No, wait, that is not true. I think it was a very good attempt. We can't really tell much from the fear that is now in the kobold's eyes. I think it might have been there before, is what I mean.
The caravan is starting to, move off, and Gemma's going to look at all and go, right, thank you so much for your help. Did I hit Warriors of Waterdeep?
Oh,
Warriors of Waterdeep.
here, have this book. I'm gonna give her one of my books. It's a book about wizarding. Many other books. It's a very interesting book, all about wizarding magic. And if it's not of interest to you, I'm sure you can sell it. Thank you for all your assistance.
Thank you. Maybe I'll take up some wizarding.
Good idea. Very good to have a secondary skill.
The caravan's moving off, and Gemma will wave and just run after the caravan. And you are left with the kobold hogtied in the middle of the road, and you have a direction to travel to Sharpstone Keep. Although, you did already know the way to Sharpstone Keep, so, you know.
I was going to say...
Once they're gone, can I release the kobold?
Of course you can. It will look at you all and just scarper into the woods in the opposite direction from the way it pointed to Sharpstone Keep and just run.
Nice.
Have we had a short rest?
Ooh, it's killed by a wolf. I rolled a nat 1. I thought I'm just going to roll it and see what happens. I rolled a nat 1. Just runs into the wood. You just hear sort of...
Amazing.
Very well, we did the right thing.
Oh, yeah.
Have we had a short rest?
Sure.
Yeah, you've had a short rest.
Shiveriff, you seem a little under the weather. Can I help at all? Obviously not. I'm absolutely fine. Then that'll be okay.
Let me just see how I feel after the rest. Oh God, yes.
You could use some help then.
I currently have 23 out of 32.
Could be worse, but I think a little bit of curing would be a good idea. So you can get back. Actually, no, that one. Well, this is always assuming. May I lay my hands on you to facilitate the healing?
That sounded weird. You just need to put a hand on my shoulder, right?
Yes. That's all. Never anything else.
Why'd you make it weird?
You get back 14 points of...
Thank you.
That's more than enough, yeah.
Thank you.
I don't worry, not.
Take a big sigh of... that is significantly
Less
improved. Thank you.
Right, if you've all...
Everyone else all right?
Yes, I think everybody is more or less okay. Unless anyone else got biffed a bit. I don't think that they were a deadly challenge, those goblins, but it's nice to keep your eye in.
You know the way to go.
Okay.
Shall we?
Although this is not going to be the first person to go. Who's going to be?
I think Naomi's already walking that way.
We're off. Should we not?
Coriolis is skipping just very gently behind, trying to keep up.
So, when we were fighting all those things, what were you doing, Gnome, then?
Nolan like turns, and where all the dead bodies are on the floor as we're walking, she just points to them.
That
Good
one.
point. I suppose the carts have rolled away and just
Yes.
leaving a pile underneath.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, I see.
Impressive. You are a silent and deadly killer.
Oh, fuck hell.
I'm sorry, you're a what?
Said I'm not a fart, Hal.
It was never my intention to suggest so. Merely that you
I'm
Nolan's
sorry.
like walking straight
I'm
forward,
so-
just smiling,
I'm sorry,
so no
I'm
one can
sorry,
see. She's
I'm sorry,
enjoying
Niall.
herself.
My hearing is terrible, and I don't think you said what I heard.
Not a fart. I'm not a fart.
Silent but deadly.
Okay, I thought you said I'm not a fart hat, and I was like, surely that's not what you said.
Okay. You're all heading into the woods. You are heading off-road. You are off-roading. So
Is that the best way to it then?
We still don't have a plan.
yeah.
We do have a plan.
Nolan stops, just turns around. He's like, "Go on then."
We're going to the keep
Right,
to
that is a
find
plan.
the big
Okay.
fiery person and lightning bolt them. I really don't see what the issue is here. It worked last time.
Very, very, very true. This is a company of people who are eloquent in how they make plans. They just do things. It's very admirable. Very admirable.
I imagine once we actually get closer to the keep, it will be worth stopping and having a look and making sure that we've found the best possible way in and analyse things there. But at the moment, I don't really foresee that there's much information to go on to make plans.
As
We should
long-
probably just...
Yes, travel. As long as we will have a little powwow, then yes, that'll be fine.
What is the marching order, please?
Naomi first.
Sure. Corey second.
Thomas, if the front position has been taken, then Thomas is happy to go at the back to sort of keep watch, keep
Go
protecting.
next to Thomas because we had a good chat.
That is true.
For Shivara, that was a good chat.
Is it too early to ship?
Never too early to ship. And Hal taking up the rear?
No, because if Thomas and Shivareth are at the back and the other two are kind of at the front, he'll just be in the middle.
They'll
just be in the middle, just nattering to themselves.
Grand. You make your way through the woods. Is anyone trying to track the goblins, or are you just following the direction you were given?
I know which way I'm going.
Goblin bird.
You do.
That's that kind of thing, just to keep
Yeah. You do know which way you're going.
I'm just keeping an eye out because I've been burnt once by a goblin spellcaster. I'm
Sure.
just keeping an eye out for any other goblin spell. I don't really care about any of the goblins, but just the spellcasters.
Well, if you're actively looking while walking, do you want to roll perception checks to get a sense of the world around you?
I'll
Yes,
do
please.
that.
Please do. Anyone is welcome to. No one has to.
22. My dice like me today.
I think this is the first time I think I've rolled above 20 thus far.
Hey,
I rolled 12.
14, 12, no?
21.
21. Okay. Some of you will notice that as you're passing through the woodlands, that the ground underneath you goes from being sort of more sort of hillocky and grassy into more sort of mountainous terrain. The trees start being a bit more sparse and spread out, and you are very definitely heading on a slight uphill incline. As you do, the tree line starts to thin out a little bit, and you can see up ahead, you're walking into a range of mountains. And as you walk up into it and round a corner, part of the mountain was blocking, from most avenues of looking into it, a keep built into the side of the mountain. It is clearly of dwarven design. It has that very blocky, straight lines, slight angled arches in places, but not a curve inside. It's all very designed and straight and settled. It's also partially ruined. Parts of it have clearly fallen away. It looks like it's been abandoned or similar. However, as you're making your way around and can start to see bits of this, you also see that at the base of it, where it looks like there's a gigantic door which leads in, there are quite a lot of scurrying forces moving around. Would people like to make stealth checks, please?
No.
Oh, really good at these.
Let's hear them.
Oh, sorry.
So good, Anna, don't worry.
Impressive.
10.
10.
I rolled in that one.
That one.
Ooh.
17.
17.
I thought
With
it was more.
disadvantage. Very
With
impressive.
disadvantage. Well, I rolled a 19 on my first roll,
That's
and
amazing.
I'm very sad.
Yeah, no, but I got 16, despite also having advantage. Disadvantage.
Very good. Now I'm led.
Yeah, despite being an amazing assassin, I only got a 16 too. I rolled a 6.
As you are walking around the edge, and as you see this up ahead of you, it's fair to say that Naumlin and Coriolis at the front, you would stop. However, Naumlin, as you stop Coriolis will make a noise somehow. I know they could be kicking a rock or a squeak or whatever you fancy. I don't mind.
Stop my toe. Oh, God damn it!
As you round the corner and shout, oh, yeah, you can see up ahead of you, Naumlin, as you're like, whoa, and push back towards, there's a sort of rocky cliff face where you can get inside. There's like a large part of the mountain that protrudes out that protects the keep, so it's not obvious from, most angles of view. So you can sort of push back around behind the stone wall, but you do hear some shouts in Orcish and Goblin, well, Orcish and another language that you presume is probably Goblin, and you hear some noises of people moving in your direction. I will say the 5 of you have now managed to concertina together and are now sort of crouched, and you can just about see parts of the keep, but you're slightly in hiding around a corner, but you can hear footsteps coming your way.
This is part of the reason why I said we should have a plan.
We do have a plan.
Lightning bolt them.
Wait, right now?
No. I'm saying, is that the plan?
Oh.
The plan was to get closer, and
I see.
then we could survey the situation. And now we are closer, and we can see that there's people coming towards us. So another plan is needed.
The footsteps are coming closer.
What,
I'm not against the lightning bolt plan.
what are they footsteps of?
That is
Uh,
true.
Goblins.
You don't know. You heard shouts in Goblinoid and what you assume is Goblinoid.
But we
speak
can't
it.
see them.
No, you can't see them because they're coming
How
around.
many footsteps?
Roll me a perception check, please.
Are they marching in step?
No, it's much more scattered.
It's a 13.
You can't really differentiate. There appear to be quite a few. Some of you speak. Who speaks Orcish? Albert speaks Orcish. There we go. In Orcish, you hear someone going, Did you see something? I don't know. Did you see something? I thought I saw something. We should check it out. And a couple of you.
Ready?
Oh,
Where's-
I've got a plan, but it's not a good plan. Do you want me to do it?
The cliff face that you are next to isn't like a straight line. Like there are cracks and crenellations you could try and hide yourselves in, or you could potentially try and set up an ambush. It's up to you.
Oh, well.
Hang on, so it's not an urgent situation where they're going to see us right this second.
They will probably see you in the next 10 to 15 seconds as they round the corner.
Okay, in which case I was going to step out into the middle of the walkway and everyone else can hide themselves.
Ooh.
This is not a good plan. I didn't say it was a good plan.
once you get up, oh my god! And then he's going to try and hide. Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, everyone's gonna just grab out. Into a corner somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, them, sorry.
How many of them are there?
We'll come to that. So, Shavareth is stepping out to give a clearer view, and the rest of you are what, like pushing back against the cliff face, trying to hide? What's the stealth rolls? What we got?
Why we thought this was a good idea.
Am I helping Halbernet, technically?
If you're making a stealth roll, you can't be helping someone because it is an action.
That's true.
Look at that, Niall. It's the rules.
Goddamn rules.
I got an 8.
Okay.
Is there a way of Thomas hiding that is somehow still within 5 feet of Shavara?
If Shavareth only stepped out slightly and is very visible, you could be right next to Shavareth behind a rock. I'm fine with that. Sure. You're muted.
I only rolled a 5, sorry.
Right.
I'm preparing to cast a spell as they turn the corner, because I know they're there and they don't know I'm there, right?
Sure. Okay. So what was the... Hang on. Stealth rolls so far are 5 and an 8, I think, so they're not great.
I got an 18.
Okay, no one knows where you are, what a surprise. But Shavareth, as you step out, you see 3 orcs are stepping forward, and they're just looking around the corner, and all three of them see you. Do you speak Orcish?
Nope.
Okay. They say,
Are they within a 30-foot cone from me?
as they step around I would say, because they're still walking around the side of everything, yeah, I'd say that all three of them are in a 30-foot cone.
I'm gonna cast Fear.
Oh, nice. Intriguing. What do I need to roll?
Wisdom saving throws for all of them.
They're fantastic at those.
I was going to say, not wise being.
There's an 8. There's a 6. And a 12.
They all fail.
Okay.
For the next minute, well, or they get to save every turn, but while frightened by the spell, a creature must take the dash action and move away from you by the safest available route on each of its turns, and it drops whatever it is holding.
Oh, wow.
If a creature ends its turn in a location where it doesn't have line of sight to you, it can make a wisdom saving throw.
Cool. How does your fear look? What's the spell effect? Are you trying to create a weird image in their heads, or do you embody a weird image? How does it work?
I think I'm trying to look scary, which is odd because I don't look that scary. I probably put the mask on in this 2-second window. And I'm imagining it's the staff again. It's like waves of energy coming out of the staff.
Sure. As Shavara steps out and all of you sort of try and hide behind, not very well, the three orcs round the corner see Shavara, haven't you speak Orcish, and one just goes, "Oi, you, what are you doing here?" And as they all raise great axes and javelins, suddenly they all just clang, 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 all the weapons get dropped, and it was... and all three of them just turn around and start pelting it around. It's not even a corner, it's just an angle back away from all of you. What do you all like to do?
Grab the weapons.
Yes, quickly.
You want to grab an... Okay.
Well, they're going to come back and get the weapons.
Not necessarily to keep, but to just
to get them out of the way.
Stash them somewhere.
Cliff edge.
I mean, the cliff is above you. You're at the bottom. You're almost. It's not quite a ravine. The mountain comes up, and then there's a large chunk of
Let's
rock.
at least hide them as much as we can.
I will say that's not permanent. They're going to come back. But
do all of you move forward? You can hear shouts in Orcish and Goblin coming from behind the rock face that you just dodged behind. Do you all move forward to pick up the great axes and the javelins, etc.?
I want to move forward so that I can try and stay in line of sight.
Okay. Shavareth, as you move forward and step around the edge, these three have run, and they are running and shouting to the people at the doorway, and you can see that quite a few of them appear to be running inside the doorway.
Okay.
And as they run inside the doorway, it looks like the doorway is slowly closing. At the same time, a very large figure... Would you recognise an ogre? You might do, for his nose walk. An ogre who is standing by the door turns around, sees you, Shavareth. You're all about 100 feet away from this. And as the rest of you start rounding the corner and picking up weapons and just chucking them behind you wildly. Just no. Thomas, with the great axe, you look adorable because there's like tiny halfling going, "Oh God," almost falling over backwards with it. As you're chucking these weapons away, the ogre is going to step and just bellow aggressively at all of you. And I think it's probably time we rolled initiative, don't you?
A little bit.
Here we go.
What makes us stealthy? No?
My rolls are pants. I rolled a 9.
A 9, you say?
Worse.
It could be.
I got a 14.
12.
Hang on. Encounter tracking. 9, 14, and 12. Run the encounter. Who was the 9?
Coriolis.
Me.
9. Who was the 14?
Cabinet.
Me.
Who was the 12?
Me.
Everyone else?
Oh,
Thomas, I see your 4.
it was a 1 on the die.
Oh,
No.
That's 16.
16 for Neomlen.
That seems astonishing.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Right, Neomlen. It's you first. To give you a full sense of scale of what is going on here, you have all, as a clump, rounded the corner. I'd say Shivaris about 5-10 feet ahead of you, trying to sort of impose this big imposing view on everything. And Shivaris is stepping, you are all about 5-10 feet behind. You can now all see Sharpstone Keep, and you can see that about 100 feet ahead of you, so quite a long way away, there are quite a few orcs. You count 7?
7?
7 orcs.
3 of those are the ones that are currently under fear.
3 of them are currently scared.
So have to
away.
dash.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll cover that, don't worry. 7 of them are sort of milling around and appear to be trying to set up a defensive sort of setup, like they're getting out javelins and spears and trying to almost create like a spear wall. At least 4 of them are. The other 3 are running back towards them and past, trying to get to the door. The door, the gigantic door, is slowly closing shut behind, and a gigantic ogre has just stepped up in front of this wall of orcs and is bellowing at Shivarith in Giant.
Oh, I speak Giant.
I cannot say what the orc is saying in Giant because it is wildly offensive.
I'd probably shout something offensive back.
Cool. Okay. Shivarith, you spoke...
Just caught up in the moment where I've made these orcs run away, and I feel it, and then this ogre's bellowing at me. I'm like, yes, and you too.
Your mum.
To be fair, Shivarith is not that cool, so it may well just be like a giant. Yes, and to you too.
Judging from what the kobold said earlier, this may be Vargor the Fierce.
Oh.
Anyway, Nelman, that is the vision in front of you. You rolled an 18 on stealth. I will say that you currently count as hidden at the start of your turn.
Okay, and this pathway to said.
The keep is inside. The keep is in the side of a mountain, and it is very wide. Like we're talking 100, 200 feet wide. It clearly goes back into the mountain. This is just the front of it. There is a sharp stone cliff wall on one side that is blocking where the keep is, so it's got some protection. But generally speaking, it's quite an open area. If you wanted, there are sort of crags of rock, and it's not like completely flat, so you could dodge between different crags of rock if you wanted to, or you could try and stay hidden and allow that.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best course of action for Nene.
Nene.
She's just because no one can see it, she's just gonna dart in between. I can't dash if I'm stealthing, can I?
You can, but you have to move at half speed, so you'll move 30 feet, dashing between different rock formations, keeping crouched and keeping...
Dash and then hide.
Can I...
If you dash and then hide, they'll see that you are there, but not know exactly where you are.
Yeah. Can I somehow use my bonus action to add movement? Because I know I can bonus action dash.
You bonus action dash. So if you dash as an action, and you dash with your bonus action, calls you as a rogue, and you're maintaining your stealth, so you're moving at half speed for all of that, you can move 45 feet.
Right, good math.
Thank you. So you can move about halfway towards this setup, and your stealth roll was an 18, correct me if I'm wrong?
Yeah.
Just checking everyone's passive perceptions, I'm pretty sure, as you dodge between all the different rocks, no one sees you. You are moving very quickly between different rock formations and keeping very low to the ground, and no one knows that you're there.
John Wick in the catacombs.
Sure, if I'd seen the film, yeah.
Sorry.
There's a dog, apparently. There's a dog. Right. Good. That is your turn. One of the orcs, who appears to be somewhat in charge of the orcs, is going to look at the orcs behind them, gesture forward, and in orcish shout, "Advance, by Groomsh, advance!" The Eye of Groomsh will use a battle cry. You don't know what that means. I'm not going to tell you. And the orcs
sound like though.
I'm not going to tell you. In Orcish, they're quite sort of clipped and military because orcs are quite militaristic. But in common, if you don't understand Orcish, you can see the orcs, the 4 in the phalanx at the back, are steeling themselves and getting prepared to move forward. And the 3 that are running away, they're not looking back, so they can't see you.
Yes, but I'm within line of sight.
You're within line of sight, which means they still need to keep running away.
Yes, they do.
Cool, no problem. Yes, they do. Then I will cover that. The guy of group seems to think, this will embolden my people, and the other 3 just go running past.
Nice.
a gesture at you with a slightly reduced number that they now have to their disposal. They are not going to advance. They are going to stay with the other orcs, and they're going to clearly move forward as a phalanx, so they're going to hold effectively their action to move.
They're one of those. They lead from the back.
No, they lead in with the others. They're not like charging straight ahead. That would be a terrible idea. Halbernet.
Right. What is the distance between us and the phalanx?
About 100 feet.
Okay. And the ogre is behind the phalanx? Or
The ogre is sort of in front to the side and looks like it's about to charge. Just going, ooh, ooh, like it's like ready to rock and ruin, definitely.
Okay.
Rock and ruin.
It does that Kong.
So, in which case... Yep, okay, I'm going to do it. Halbernet is going to come up the side, Shivaris, and go... let's see what happens here, and is going to cast Guiding Bolt.
Has range. Who are you going for?
The ogre.
Lovely. Make me an attack roll.
To try and see. Ooh, 19.
Yeah. Ooh. What does your guiding bolt look like?
It will be. No, that's too much like a lightning bolt. I was going to say. It's sort of. Oh no! I tell you what, it's pink. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be like if you can imagine like a jet of Pepto-Bismol, with bubbles and stuff. That's how it comes out. Yeah. That's
okay. You reach out, you guiding bolt, and the ogre just gets hit by it. What's the effect of being hit by it? Is it like being punched, or is it more?
It's force, but it's like having a water cannon turned on you. And then you're covered in pink, which does evaporate after a while, but you are very pink.
Again, in giant, it's pure obscenity. It's pure filth. But in common, luckily, it's just nice.
They didn't like that, Halbernet.
They did not like that.
Let's see what else we can do. That is 12 damage.
12 damage. Wow. Yeah. Lovely. Right. Any movement? Are you moving closer to the situation?
The plan is to because I've got the shield and mace, haven't I?
Yes. So you're sort of
coming up and pointing the mage at to do pointing the mace at to do the spell.
Absolutely.
But then otherwise just trying to sort of be defensive.
Shivarith.
Oh, good. They're all still in a clump.
Yep.
Would you say they're within a sort of 20-foot radius circle?
Yeah, 40-foot diameter.
Yeah.
Mm. I mean, it's sort of in the perfect position for like a ball of fire.
What I will do is I will, for a moment, probably only Halbernet can see it because they've come up next to me. There's just a momentary small smile because they sort of position themselves exactly, perfectly in a circle. And I'm going to make that circle burn.
Yes.
Sorry, too much? Now's rubbing off on me. And I'm going to lift up my staff and I'm going to point it at exactly where I want the fireball.
I'm guessing you want to hit all of the orcs and the ogre. Yeah, sure. No problem. You can easily hit all of them. It's a 40-foot radius. It's a 40-foot diameter. It's huge. Yeah, no problem.
They need to make dex saving throws, please.
Dex saves. Right. We have the Eye of Groomsh. Rolls a 13.
Fails.
The ogre rolls a 2.
Fails.
The orcs roll 7. Oh, they roll bad. Oh, that's not bad. 17?
17 passes.
Okay. Of the orcs remaining, only 1 passes. But it still takes half damage, and they are not hit point heavy.
They were the one that really got into the chant.
So 25 points of fire damage to all those who failed.
Oh my god.
12 to any who
Oh my god! The one who passed has hit points left. Okay.
Everything else.
What?
Wow.
Did I kill them all?
Okay. No. So describe your fireball. Is it just like is it the classic D&D little ball of flame?
No. So what I want is that I'm pointing my staff, and a point in the middle of the circle is starting to glow.
Ah, lovely.
And then it catches from there and just bursts.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah. 3 of the orcs in the back phalanx just howl and turn to ash immediately. Just gone. Out. Finny.
Are they the frightened
Done.
ones, or?
The frightened ones ran past and are still running towards the door.
Okay,
They're not affected
I'll
by
keep
this.
concentrating.
The one who was like, yeah, boom. Oh, this looks like has very few hit points left and looks terrible, and it's just looks horribly burned. The orc leader, the Eye of Groups next to the situation, looks around and just like clearly like, oh, we are out of our depth here. Like it's a very clear. The ogre looks very badly burned, but also looks what I would describe as pleased.
Yeah.
The insults become less just pure filth and crudity and become more about how fire could be put in other places, and actually it didn't do that much.
Did it not? I hope I helped.
Fire could be put in other places.
It's worrying. It's really
What does that
worrying.
mean?
And
imaginative.
Take the fire and...
And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take one step and stand behind Halbernet.
Elegantly done.
Wow, very nice. Gory!
Okay. So, I think there's one left, yes?
There is one orc who looks scarred and singed. The Eye of Groups looks like they're probably fine. And there is one remaining orc just... ow! Looking like... Yeah! Yeah!
So 3 things, essentially.
There are 3 things remaining.
Okay, and how far away are they?
100 feet.
Okay. I think I'm going to cast Slow.
What's the range on slow?
120 foot.
Amazing. And how big's the cube of slowness?
40 foot cube.
Yeah, in which case you can hit all 3 of them. Sure.
Great. So I do that. They need to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Thank you. Right. There it is. The Eye of Groups rolls a 19.
Oh,
The Ogre rolls a 14.
no, does not pass.
There we go. And the one remaining orc, come on, Jack Bauer, rolls a 2.
Okay.
Is it canon that that's its name?
Yeah, it's now Jack Bauer.
Now just
now it's gonna be hard to kill.
screaming in slow motion, like
Yeah. So the 2 that failed, their speed is halved. They have taken a -2 penalty to the AC and Dex throws.
Wow.
They can't use reactions. They can either do an action or a bonus, but not both.
Nice.
And if they have multi-attack, they're going to get to do 1 attack.
Yes.
Oh.
So you have... I can't use Tides of Chaos because we haven't had a long rest. Do you want to make me roll on the D100 table? Or
Can I force you? Yeah, roll a D100.
Yeah.
In fact, Anna, first thing you should do is roll a D20 and see if you roll a 1. That's the first thing that needs to happen now.
Okay. Even if you're going to force me to roll a D100 anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Because I have to roll 2 D100.
Oh, wild magic sorcery, you saucy minx.
Oh, no, it's a 16.
Fine, but now you have to roll D100.
That's a 74.
Interesting. Getting the table up.
I'm deliberately not looking at the table.
Very good idea.
1, 2, 3, 4 of you are within 60 feet.
No.
Ed, roll a D4 for me. You can be the arbiter of judgment.
So well, really?
Yeah,
That's
it's,
never a good idea.
all 5 of us are within.
Corey isn't affected.
Len was like,
Sometimes random things happen with Coriolis. I don't know if you've explained this on stream
1,
before.
2. Neomlen, as you are... I am the knight. As you are making your way through the things, you suddenly vomit profusely at your own feet. Just straight out.
Oh no! He was so cool.
Nelman, roll me a d4.
What do you want to roll?
D4, please.
Do I know this is happening?
You better pray she never finds out. That's like, I feel like the way that Nay's like figured this is that she was doing too many acrobatics. And when you throw up in your mouth, she didn't catch it.
Yeah, but
I mean, no, just to give you a context point, it wasn't like oh no, I feel slightly ill, just running and just
I love that. I rolled a
There
2.
are consequences to my magic.
cool. You will you're poisoned for 2 hours.
Am I? Because I am a dwarf.
Are you immune to the poison effect?
I think I have
Resistance.
advantages against him.
I mean, around the creature, if it becomes poisoned, I don't see no saving throws.
poison is so bad as well.
Disadvantage on so much
I
stuff.
resist. So I took 1 poison damage, I guess. Then
No, you take no poison damage. No, you don't take any poison damage. You are just poisoned.
It's
Yeah.
it's
What was
disadvantage
what was the 2 roll for then?
How many hours it was going to be? 2 hours.
Oh lord!
disadvantage on attack rolls.
This
and
disadvantage on attack rolls
ability
also
checks.
means you will never sneak attack during this.
and ability checks. No, because if you get advantage, then it cancels and you're fine.
Just got a flat roll.
We're going to give you advantage whenever we can.
No. No one has disadvantage on attack rolls because the poisoned effect is
Yes,
you have
but if you
disadvantage on
can
attack rolls
if
and
you can
ability check.
gain advantage and then it's a flat roll, you can still sneak attack.
Ooh.
Yes, if an ally's within range and you would get sneak attack normally, then you get
Oh,
sneak
that's
attack.
a good point. Yeah.
But you have to have advantage on attack.
Guys.
We'll check the rules later. It's
You
fine.
do not have to have advantage on attack to get sneak attack. That is one way you can get sneak attack. If an ally is within 5
understand.
feet, you get sneak attack.
Thank you very much.
That's the best way of getting it.
We've got a rules lawyer in the
So,
party.
no, you just vom
Look,
profusely.
you need to have someone to combat Chris. When Chris is being like, I know the rules, you're like, no.
Anyway, Tori.
Oh no, Lynn, I'm so sorry.
You just pray to God that she never finds out.
She doesn't know this has happened.
Okay, good. Right. That happened. That means you have your Tides of Chaos back, Anna, if you want it.
I do, thank you.
Thomas,
Onward!
you have no idea what just happened.
Thomas is just finished, like, stumbling and putting the great axe down in the woods.
So wholesome.
And just turned around
Thomas,
and been like,
there's an ogre.
We need you. We need
it's
your
very
shield.
far away is also
This
the
is very
issue.
far away, and you are small.
4 rounds to get to it if it doesn't move.
You can dash.
Not if you dash.
If you
Not
dash,
if I dash.
you'll get halfway there.
It's still going to take me 2 rounds to get to it if it doesn't move.
It's gonna move.
Then fine. But the last time I left Halbernet and Shivaris alone at the back.
Yeah, but if you stay here with us, it's just going to come up here and attack us.
Yeah, but that's where I work best.
What you could do is move forward carefully, looking around for any other attackers that might be trying to flank, because Thomas is smart. Thomas is a smart attacker. And you can see from the carnage up ahead of you, like, there's bits of sort of like stolen carts and stuff that's all on fire now. Like, there's very clearly, like, this is their resting ground, and there's not enough space either side for people to get into flanking positions. You can be pretty sure the people up ahead are the only enemies you have to face. Because you, as a smart combat person, I will give you that.
Okay, cool. I thought that was going to be a suggestion of maybe you should look out for people trying to flank you.
No.
Okay, fine.
Do you want to?
We got this.
You just run past 2 of them. I got it. Do you,
I'll be dead by the time I get there. But,
and you
sure.
run 50 feet forward. You still have a bonus action if you want it.
I don't think there's anything that. No, I have nothing to bonus action at this moment in time.
Lovely. In which case, it is the ogre's turn, and the ogre is going to run up towards you, Thomas. It is huge. It is fast.
I mean, it's half speed.
Oh, because it's slowed.
Yes.
Boom! 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 Takes this gigantic great club.
Does it go past me?
Yeah,
It would, right? So opportunity attack.
if you like.
Yeah.
Moment copiously. Oh, there you are.
As the ogre's going past, just going to slice at its ankles.
Oh, try and slice the Achilles.
Tendon.
Now, there are no allies. There are no allies within 5 feet of it, so it's a disadvantage attack roll because you up
I'm
wizard.
hidden. So
So it's a flat roll,
right?
which is needs no sneak attack. It's a flat roll.
no, yeah, just. Gosh darn it! All right, just looking at my add-ons here, and I have a 14.
14 hits. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
You just do your
Let me
dagger
roll
damage
my-
though.
Mediocre
you-
damage.
Ed,
Oh,
which-
max damage.
which-
8.
Which one did you guiding bolt?
The ogre.
It's got disadvantage on the ogre because of the guiding bolt.
Doesn't stack though.
Oh, it
Does
doesn't stack.
Doesn't
Shame.
stack.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Damn rules.
So you do 8 points of damage to it.
Yeah, max damage. So yeah, just out of nowhere.
It doesn't even notice.
Oh.
Boom, 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 doesn't even notice. And it's going to use its action to dash because it's moving slow. And boom, Thomas, it's just running up to you. Gigantic club over the head. It's going to get within your range, but it's had to dash to get here. So it doesn't get to attack you on this turn.
Oh no, but Thomas is braced.
Thank goodness. Really.
Now,
Yeah.
can we say, it's up to you, it's your character, that the ogre runs up to you and tries to kick you and just, ta-dong! Ah! Falls down to the ground, holding onto its leg for dear life as you break 4 toes by being the solidest little halfling ever.
Yes.
Will not move.
Well,
Shall not parse.
maybe the attack roll to see if it hits, but
Okay.
if we can start out as that, I would love it. It's up to you.
Make me very happy.
Ow!
Yourself in the eye, you fool.
Never use your glasses to scratch yourself with.
Why would I take them off? I can't see!
It's sad that I was looking down at my dice trying to do math, so I missed that. Could you please recreate it for me?
I had a little itch here, and then I dug too far and I went, ow!
I think I broke not only Gnomelin, but also Niall.
Oh yeah.
That was a 23 to hit.
Yeah.
Boom.
Oh! Starts slow motion falling over its foot. Okay, roll the damage because you might have killed it, and that's the best death ever.
Oh, great. Okay. Okay, so it is.
Please do this.
I need to remember my
All the stuff. Yeah.
the added extra things. Okay, so that's a 9 to start with,
Yep.
plus 2 from my superiority dice. Sorry, I'm leaning away from the microphone. That's
11. That's fine. Yes.
So that's 11 plus
So close.
plus a 6. So
Yeah. As it
Plus a
runs. As it runs up, it's dead already. As it runs up, it's going to try and kick you. Just and it just. Its leg snaps. It just boom, and it just and the bone just slow motion tears out of the front of the shin, and it just falls over on its side and just hits the deck. And Vargor the Fierce just
We are very deadly.
hits
Be
the deck.
Did
deadly.
we kill Vargold
In-
by stubbing his toe?
Yeah.
Yes, you did. And on that bombshell, that's where we're going to take our break. Yes. See you all in 5-10 minutes, everyone. Bye. And welcome back, everyone. So, well, we're mid-combat, and Vargor the Fierce proved to fiercely kick himself to death. So that's a thing that happened. Right, we're still in combat, we're still in initiative, so let's dive straight back in. After Vargor's very pointless turn, the lone surviving orc who is not the Eye of Grumsh who is slowed
Black Power.
and has 3 hit points is going to slowly look at the Eye of Grumsh, who is not slowed, who will say something in Orcish. Harbonnet speaks Orcish, who will say in Orcish, defend the rear! And
Defend the rear. Something I've often been told.
And
Do you run in those circles, Harbonnet?
Far be it from me to discuss my personal matters. Attack! Attack now!
the orc ward, it's not the Eye of Grumsh's turn, but they're definitely turning to get the hell out of dodge. And the orc is going to run forward. They can see Nailmelin because you attacked.
And you threw up everywhere.
And you were sick, yeah.
And you were thick. Right, now this orc is slowed.
Yeah.
So it can't run very far. It can run 15 feet when you're much further away. So what it is going to do is they're going to throw a javelin at you. They're going to run forward 15 feet. It looks like as fast as they can, but that's not very fast. So they're going to run forward and... The thing is, because the javelin throw is slow, it looks weird, like the throw is really slow, but then the javelin goes flying out of the hand at regular speed and it's going to fly over towards the Nailmelin. Come on, baby. No, that's an 11.
Should be fine.
Was actually a pretty slow javelin.
Just bounces off a rock near you and does nothing, and the orc just... Oh, has that look of like, oh dear.
Yeah, I feel like through bloodshot eyes, like when you've just thrown out now and just like...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that is the orc's turn. Right, Norman, it is your turn. The Orc War Chief is still... The Eye of Grumsh and the Orc are both still there. They're both... You're visible because you attacked. You ran 45 feet. They are currently about 50 to 55 feet away from you.
But they moved 15 feet forward, so...
One Orc moved 15 feet forward, so he is closer to you. Yes, one is within... 30 feet of you, if you wanted to run up and attack that one. Yeah, stabbing distance. Also, if you can bonus action dash, so they're both in stabbing distance if you want to.
No, there's no point in bonus action. No, because I'll use my bonus action to steady...
Steady aim?
Yourself.
Steady aim.
Is that only on ranged weapons, or is that just on any attack?
No, that was just my Wi-Fi. Yeah, it's basically for your next attack roll on the current turn.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't say anything about weapons or anything.
And it gives you advantage.
Oh no, I can't do it because after I use my bonus action, my speed is 0 to the end of my current turn.
But you could run up, then use it.
Oh, in that case, that's what I'll do. Thank you very much, darling.
Thank you very much, Dad.
Darling.
I think I said darling. But
I heard darling.
I see you as a father figure.
That's terrifying.
All I want is your approval, Chris, please. Just tell me you're proud of me. Anyway.
Before anyone says it's fine, I use dad with my child. That's a word I like, so not a problem. Right, now, as Naomi just you pelt up, still feeling groggy and like
I think it's just like straight like in the eyes. You can just see these like bloodshot yellow. You know when you've thrown up and your eyes are still a bit yellow and sickly. Naomi's just powering through that pain, and as she's doing it, she's calculating the exact jump that needs to do, and she's just gonna try and land on this.
But no one's there going like, who the f*** poisoned me? Who was it? Which one of you people did it? Who was it? I'm gonna kill him.
Exactly. So it's just a straight roll.
It is a straight roll. You run up and do a straight attack roll.
All right, that's an 18. What?
Yeah, that hits. Yeah, no sneak attack because no allies in range. It's only got 3 hit points, so you know.
Come on, baby. Oh no, I do it then. Yeah, it's max damage again.
Yeah. How do you take out this orc?
I think I don't know if Naomi knows anything about Eyes of Grumsh, but she takes out the eye of this orc.
Wow.
And she like it's like superhero landing on their head, like just implanting them into the ground, and then they just look up at the Eye of Grudge and just pull out the dagger and just points at them.
The Eye of Grudge, whose turn it is next, is going to run and runs back towards the closing stone doors. The doors are not completely closed yet. There's still a little bit of space, and the Eye of Grudge is just going to run back and is going to dash and use their entire action to get through that door as it is closing. It is not closed yet, and we'll still be in initiative until the door is closed. Halvin, what would you like to do?
Ooh. How far away are the doors from me?
120 feet.
Well, what I'd like to do is another guiding bolt.
At the door?
Well, no, through the door after the thing that's just gone through it.
Ooh, you can't see. It's dark inside.
Need...
You could fire blindly inside. I'll allow that.
No, just, yeah. It streaks towards a creature of your choice within range. I don't need to be able to see it.
Interesting.
Just disadvantage.
I don't think I would do that.
Roll me an attack roll at disadvantage.
Right. It's just disadvantage. There we are. Okay, sorry. There we go.
Sorry.
13.
The bolt streaks through the doorway as it is closing and just vanishes inside. You have no idea what happened in there.
It's just some poor orc sat down.
There's a goblin inside. What's happening outside? Just flying over.
This is an enormous streak of pink as well.
Yeah.
It's covered in pink.
Yeah, that'll be the thing. We can see where it.
I'm bleeding. Oh god.
Right. So the door is shut.
It's closing.
Do you think perhaps we should move towards the doors?
All right. That sounds like a plan. And yeah, we'll having
So
already.
the speed at which Halbernet talks, if they go through the plan of right, well, the door it will be shut by the time they finish that sentence.
We should really get through before. Oh damn! But yes, so I'm just going to move 30 feet towards the.
Yeah, you start running towards the door. That is perfectly fine. Shivareth.
I will dash.
Cool. You can
6
go
feet.
6 feet. So you run past Halbernet and just start.
Not quite through my legs, I imagine, but.
Shivareth's quite tall.
I have no intention of
You are
going
both
through
the
your
tallest
legs.
in the party.
Sorry.
But yes, you both.
Probably headbutt you on the way, if that were the case.
Don't say that.
So you both are running forward. Shivareth, you managed to move quite quickly, and you're moving past Thomas, who is still Hong Kong Kong Hutcha in the middle of the space.
That was very impressive.
Thank you.
Still shipping it. Corey.
I would also, seeing Shivareth dash, would like to dash.
You also start running towards the door. That is fine. Thomas.
Mm-hmm. Still can't actually make it to the door. I was wondering, the javelin that was thrown at Noemlin,
Yep.
would that perhaps be within 25 feet of me in a line between me and the door?
Let's say yes.
Can I run forward, grab it, and try and throw it to stop the door from closing?
Yes, you
I mean,
can.
I'm not a javelin thrower.
I
trade.
I am
I'm a
excited
javelin
conceptually with how this is going to work. Javelin's got a range of 3120, so maybe a disadvantage attack roll.
Okay.
Go
Do I get to add my usual +7 to it?
What's your ranged weapon attack? Do you have a ranged weapon? You don't, do
A
you?
javelin strength though.
Yeah, strength.
Javelin strength based. Yeah, you can use your regular attack roll. Go for it.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeet that baby.
Oh no!
No.
What'd you
Go
get?
behind you.
Your sideburns move closer to your mouth.
They come unstuck, so we're kind of wavering around here. So I rolled
Equivalent of Zoidberg.
a 2 and a 1.
Oh,
Oh no!
So it's an
terrible.
8,
It's a 1.
but it's a 1.
What happens is you grab the javelin, trying to throw it so it sort of the doors close on it, so that the doors don't close fully. But as you throw it, they fly straight forward, and as the doors shut, it bounces off, and the doors
Oh, they
shut.
shut.
Tried so hard to be cool.
It's a really cool idea. I'm very sad it didn't pull off.
Yeah.
We're out of initiative. You are all On the outside, there's a dead ogre. There are a couple of dead orcs as well. There's a sort of wreckage of what looks like a couple of carts and things like that. There's clearly, very outside of the radius of the fireball, there's a few sort of bags of grain and what look like sort of boxes that look to be shut. But this whole place has now been deserted, and the gigantic stone door that is the front door of this space is closed. There are windows you can see looking outward, although you don't see any movement from them as yet.
What time of day is it?
I'd say, because you were first thing in the morning, it's nearly midday.
Can I have a look and realise that my party mates won't think this is the priority, and we'll try and do it sort of sneakily at these boxes to see if there's anything cool in them
Sure.
that I could steal.
Roll me an investigation check.
Okay.
Halvin is going to want to go to the door and sort of listen.
Sure, go for it. Roll me a perception check. That's fine.
Oh no, but
So that's a dirty 20 on the investigation check.
Lovely. So while Halbernet's doing that and Corey's doing that, what's everyone else doing?
But we walked through the night, didn't we?
That was the first encounter. The first encounter was first thing in the morning.
What's happening?
But we walked through the night. We didn't sleep.
yeah.
Yeah, to get to the first encounter.
Let's get to the first encounter.
wow.
Yes.
Yeah. Not to sound like I'm obsessed with sleep, but given that the door is shut and there's nothing currently out here trying to kill us, might now be a good time to sleep?
It has been a very long day, and they probably know that we're here now anyway, and there's no one around here.
Corey, in the boxes are various valuables. So we're talking nice objets d'art and things like that. Like it's just sort of a collection of odds and ends. It looks like sort of the stolen goods of a trader or something like that up the road, that sort of thing.
I'll take the lot.
It is a crate full. It is bigger than you.
I will take the coolest and prettiest 3 things.
There is a lovely gem-studded choker. There is a sort of statue of a dog that is made of silver and looks very pretty. The dog looks very lifelike. It's sort of pounce. Looks quite nice. Dogs don't pounce. Leap. And there is also a goblet. It isn't bejeweled or anything, but it is inscribed. Looks like in Elvish in various places, just around the edge of it. They're not magical items. They're just valuables.
Great. I'm going to immediately put the choker on and just feel really fancy. And
When you say that you were doing this stealthily, how stealthily?
I'm just trying to do it in a way that it looks like I'm doing something serious, and so you don't stop me.
I think that's a performance roll.
Okay.
Nice.
So I'm trying to be like, oh yes, corpses, very interesting. Maybe I can learn about the castle, but actually I'm just like, give me all the pretty things. And that's good. Performance, you say. Performance, oh, for God. It's in that one.
Wow.
Corey
I'm rolling
cannot...
like a camel.
Corey cannot hide the glee with which goes over towards the box and just starts sort of opening it up and going, ooh, and taking things out and just having a real moment.
Okay. Is the crate, does it have any obvious, like, obviously they wouldn't necessarily have printed, but you know how some shipping crates have like property of, or like a destination that's obvious on it?
Looking at it, there is a branded seal in it. Not like a branded marker seal that looks like it doesn't have like the symbology doesn't look distinct to you. You reckon that probably would denote a family's ownership or something like that.
I think Thomas would probably have been genuinely like seriously looking at the door and obviously talking to Shivareth, but the glee would have been very distracting. So I would have turned around and been like, do we think that Coriolis, do we not think that looks like it belongs to someone else?
I think it looks like it was dropped by one of our enemies, and therefore we have a duty to
Return it to the people
redistribute
that actually belonging to.
Exactly, and these 3 things look like the most valuable, and therefore I will keep them safe until then.
And would it not make more sense for us to leave them here outside and collect them on the way back?
No, because what if somebody else nicks them and tries to make money off of them? That would be a shame, wouldn't it?
Is there a deception roll in here, Corey? I'm just checking.
Yeah, probably.
Are they not? Is she not technically telling the truth?
No, she's trying.
That's a 19.
Wow.
I rolled a 17 on insight, so...
Okay.
And I think Thomas also. Not very confrontational, so... Oh. Okay.
And the safest place, surely, especially for these 3 particularly valuable items, is on my person, so that no one else can nick them.
If you'd like, Thomas, I could make a note of the seal in my notebook, and then when we get back, we could find out what it means.
I think that would be wise. I think if we are clearing out this place, then it would be good to be able to return items to those that they were stolen from, where possible as well.
Nailmlin, what are you doing?
Oh, Naomi doesn't give a about any of this. She's like sat against a rock, just like listening, but like the usual like is replaced by just a scowl. She is just too sick to deal with any of this. She's just like laid up, knees spread, just like.
You're not vomiting anymore. It was just a singular.
You've got something on your face, Nolan.
She like dead eye looks you and then just wipes her mouth.
Thomas
yes,
was like halfway through offering. Okay.
That got it. Just to return to the original conversation, if you could all protect me for let's say 10 minutes, I could make us somewhere safe to sleep for 8 hours.
Halvin, listening at the door, you rolled a what now? A 17, I think it was?
Yes.
Ah, okay. My memory serves. Looking back, you can hear through the door some shouts. In Orcish, you can just about get some conversation. It's loud, it's shouting. You can't. It's a big stone door, but there is some intruders at the gate style conversation going on. There doesn't appear to be anyone coming closer to the door. However, as you're all having this conversation, from one of the windows, there is a and
If it's me, I'm going to get.
Shivarath.
Oh, what is it? Because I might be able to shield it.
It's 15.
I will cast shield.
Sure. You get a split second as an arrow bounces off your shield, which is again that same sort of blue corona as last time.
I've not cast shield.
You've not cast shield. What does your shield look like?
That must have been me.
Sorry, that was your blue corona.
What I would like is that I put up my hand and the arrow bounces off it.
Nice. Yeah. You do it almost absent-minded, like, ooh, and then ding, it bounces off, and you can see that from various windows now there are various, there's about 5 arrows then sort of ding, ding, come flying out towards all of you.
We may be in the midst of somewhere where it is not prudent to be. Could we get back a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
And Hamlet is going to start moving back towards where we came out of, trying to...
The arrows all just sort of bounce alongside the ground near you, but not impacting anybody. None of the rolls are high enough.
Yeah, Naomi gives them the finger as she's walking off.
Cool. Do we...
this copies her.
Shall we... Yes. Should we rest now and then take on all of those arrowy people?
Once you move back about 80 feet or so, the arrows stop. A couple of rangefinders just arc over, and they're clearly not going to be able to hit you from this range.
We can, yeah.
They definitely cannot hurt us when we are in your...
Oh no.
Exactly.
Tiny hut.
Let's do that.
Maybe let's go
Going to be a
into
tiny
the
hut?
forest rather than put a hut in the middle of the pathway.
It's not a hut. It's a sort of dome of magical energy.
Whatever. Let's go to the forest. Sorry.
You could get out of visual range of the whole thing and move back and potentially put one up there if you wanted to and be out of the way.
It makes no odds to me where I cast it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, let us perhaps retreat a little bit.
I mean, I suppose if you wish to wee out of sight, being in the forest might be more convenient.
That is true.
Thomas thought
That
about
was
it.
just walking.
Do you want to create the tiny hut out of sight of Sharpstone Keep and set it up so everyone can long rest?
Yeah, so as we're sort of walking away, as we get to a place that looks kind of like suitable, like it's not got trees that would be within the hut, although it doesn't really matter too much.
Yeah.
I'll just turn to Thomas and be like, so if you just stand there for the next 10 minutes and make sure no one, comes nearby, and you can do the swordy thing if they do.
Of course.
Excellent. And then I'm going to sit on the floor. I'm going to get out my spellbook, and I'm going to put it on the ground in front of me. Mm-hmm. I'm going to put down a little cloth on the ground first, and then I'm going to put the spellbook on the cloth. Look, it's a very valuable magic item. I'm not just going to put it on some shoddy forest floor.
It's very nice for
On
us.
the defence, was anyone questioning that?
Chris was, with their eyes. And then I'm just going to start concentrating and drawing arcane symbols around me in the whatever it is, like little bits of pine or whatever this forest is. Probably not pine, Fantasyland, who knows.
Classic deciduous tree.
After 10 minutes, a dome of sort of shimmery purple will appear overhead.
Grand. And you can all step inside the dome. You appear to be safe.
So, we can see out, nothing can see in. You can't cast spells out of it or into it. And, yes, we should be safe now.
How does it work with magic weapons? It'll be fine. If, for example, if you can't cast spells out of it, but say if there was one of the creatures stood directly outside, would I be able to
Yes,
get
you
him?
would. Yes, you would.
I'm sure you could poke your sword out of it, or you could just sit inside it and wait for them to go away.
Well, that would be preferable, but I suppose it's good to know what we are capable of doing.
Thomas, you can test it by stepping out and swinging your sword out of the dome, and it's perfectly possible to do so. Emma, Shivareth, are you disguising the dome in any way, or is it this sort of obvious purple bulge?
Nope.
Awesome.
Okay, good.
Nothing can get in anyway. We will know when I'm bringing it down. So even if something is trying to attack us, we will get a surprise round on them. It does not matter to me if something is seen it.
Oh, I love this. Let's be blatant. That's awesome.
Okay.
Does it always look? I mean, I suppose they know we're here anyway, really. But is there a way for it to not be purple in a forest?
What do you not like about purple?
Oh no, I think it's a very very nice color. It's not very camouflaged. That's what I was thinking.
Oh, camouflage.
You can adapt it after you've cast it, that's fine.
I mean, if this is what it looks like, and then that's just fine. I didn't mean to cast aspersions. It was just in case.
Can I change it so that the top half, so the most visible bit of it, is sort of tree camouflage? So like, like oak leaf tree, and then there's just a stripe at the bottom, which is shimmery purple.
Of course you can. Absolutely.
With Thomas's face all around
That is no problem at all. Of course you can. Right, so you're all in the dome. Can I presume that you're all planning on taking a long rest? Is that fair?
Oh, no, went straight to sleep.
Yeah, I think Halvin would have been not far behind.
Who's taking watches? Is anyone taking a watch?
Halvin would take the last one because they only need to take 4 hours.
That's fine. If Nelmlin has collapsed in a heap and Halbina is also very much on the way, Shavareth, Coriolis, Thomas, it is the three of you. Who's taking watch?
Thomas will probably volunteer.
I'll
happily take a watch after, because it gives me the opportunity to look at my new bits and pieces.
Yeah, sure.
In which case, I will stay up with Thomas.
Right. So then in that case, we've got Shavareth and Thomas doing a sort of first watch, at which point Corey could potentially take over for a bit, and Halbina can. Between you, over the course of your 8-hour rest, you are able to do this, and there's never a point where people can't see what's going on. Shavareth, Thomas, is there anything you discuss on your rest?
Have you done this before?
Well, whilst we're kind of sat and chatting, Thomas has taken out a little scrap of leather and has been carving bits. He's got a little like leather worker's tools, and is carving little patterns into it. When you say this, do you mean this specifically attacking a keep full of goblins and orcs and whatnot, or?
Well, like, is this normal? Like, being asked to go and do a random job with 4 strangers and...
No.
Oh.
No. I'm quite surprised I'm here, to be honest. I mean, don't get me wrong, I know I can hold my own in a fight, but you all seem to be pretty amazing, to be honest. I mean, some of the things that you can do are very spectacular and all that, but I didn't even realise that I had been noticed by Open Lord Silverhand. I mean, I've not actually been a member of the Watch for that long, so I'm just a bit confused as to why me, as opposed to there's plenty of other people in the Watch that are great. So
you have a very good eye.
Thanks. They're the same as my mother's.
Oh, that's not quite what I meant. But like seeing what's happening. Like Halbina talks about seeing what's happening, but you actually, do it.
Just seems to be, it's like a pattern, You just see what will work.
I like patterns. I like looking at patterns of people and figuring out what spells are gonna gosh, I was going to say something sound quite frightening then. It's not that I like, get rid of them the most quickly. Only in self-defense, never.
Of course.
But it's quite fun looking at all of them and going, which one will be the most effective right now?
Yeah.
That ogre kicked you and fell over. That was cool.
That was cool. I'm glad you noticed.
It would have been hard not to notice. It was really big.
It was. I did move a little bit, but I think I managed to hold my ground. So, yeah.
That was quite impressive. Like, it was twice the size of you.
There's a way, of when it's part of the training. You see, when in the Watch, and we're taught certain techniques. How to hold yourself and prepare, and it's like a grounding thing. And he'll sort of get up and kind of show you, basically just standing and grounding and using your core and that kind of thing, and then sit down again.
That's kind of like wizarding. Like, they show you how to do the spells, and then you practice, and then you can do them. Like, you have to practice though, because if you don't practice, you never learn.
Right. What? So they taught you all of the lightning and the fire, and is that like? Do you? I don't know what I'm trying to ask.
There are other
very
things.
impressive.
Like, you don't have to do fire and lightning. It's just that I was good at it, and I guess you do what you're good at more because you're good at it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. He shows you the carving, and it's just kind of similar to like a Celtic knot type thing, just kind of intricate kind of interwoven pattern that he's been carving into the leather. This is what I used to do.
Wow.
My uncles taught me, but and I enjoyed it, don't get me wrong, but it just transpired that I was better at something else. So that's why I'm here. Well, it's not why I'm here, but I suppose maybe in a way that is.
I guess maybe someone else saw that too.
You both hear the snap of a twig.
Can we see anything?
Roll a perception check.
That's a 19.
Mm-hmm.
15.
As the twig snaps and you both look up, there's a group of, it's been about an hour, there's a group of 4 that look like there's a couple of goblins and a couple of kobolds that are just scouting around the woodland. They're moving sort of diagonally near the hut, but not actually in it yet. As the 4 move along,
can I change the bottom stripe to also be camouflage?
It's fine. Point made. As they are moving across, one of them looks up, one of the kobolds looks up and looks directly at the hut. And then its eyes slide over and look somewhere else. And the 4 of them are clearly looking for you or trying to work out what happened, but they don't see you.
What do we think is going to be best to do? Do we think it's just best to hope they don't discover us? Or, I don't know, I mean, I know she needs sleep, but now and then seems to be very good at this, sneaking around in the dark.
Nelmlin burps quite vomitously in her sleep.
Although I suppose maybe not at the moment.
I mean, how many
It's
were
a
there?
little like dream of leave me alone.
There are 4.
I can't leave.
Nope, you leave it. It's
I
gone.
can't leave the hut. I can't step outside. If I step outside, it'll drop and they won't be protected. I would say between the 2 of us, we could probably take them, but I wouldn't want to leave these 3 unprotected.
No. Then maybe we just wait, and if they get close...
If they find it, that might change the equation, but until they find it, let's just hold our ground.
Agreed.
They continue to move in a diagonal. They don't hear you, and they can't see you. And the group of 4 slowly starts to move away.
Just a gentle release of tension.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. In which case, Gerard Thomas, after you do occasionally see other small groups of similar number, occasionally in orcs, kobolds, and goblins, pretty much passing by occasionally. I've rolled plenty of times. Their wisdom scores are not fantastic. None of them see or the hut or hear anything. So you see about 3 different groups. You start to recognize some of them, clearly doing a sweep of the area, but after a while the sweeps stop. They probably think they scared you off.
Corey. It's your watch.
Okay. Sure, go sleep. Enjoy.
They're doing sweeps, but they haven't spotted us yet, and we just stayed quiet and they didn't see us, so...
Thomas looks tired, but fine, but tired. But he well, are you going to be all right on your own?
Yeah, I'm very persuasive, if needs be.
maybe try not persuading. Maybe try evading first.
I'll wake you up if I need to.
Right, the two of you bed down. Corey.
It's not a lie. Corey is very persuasive.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to particularly do during your watch? You don't see any groups doing any sweeps anymore by the time that you do. They've given up on the idea that you're still here.
Yeah. I want to try and examine the stuff I got from the chest and work out, obviously none of it's magic, but where it comes from, like culturally.
Sure. The goblet is elven, and with the investigation, I'm going to take your 20 you rolled earlier because there's no need to roll more. The elven goblet's probably, I mean, it looks like it's from probably Silvery Moon. It's got a similar sort of vibe. Do you speak Elvish?
No.
No. It's made of silver, and the crest of Silvery Moon is recognizable to anyone who lives in the Sword Coast, one of the big cities. It's clearly elven design. It's clearly an artifact of some value. You'd estimate somewhere around 200 to 300 gold. The dog pouncing looks like it's Sembian. That's a bit further away. That's on the other side of Faerun. It's quite the sort of the dog is quite a symbol of Sembia. This kind of like symbol of a culture of hunting dogs and that sort of thing. It's that sort of vibe. So it definitely has that sort of look to it. Again, probably a couple $100 gold for it. What was the first one again? Oh, the choker.
The choker.
The choker, you can't tell much provenance from it, but it is gem-studded, and you took it for its gems or anything else. There's no sort of obvious cultural markers about it, but the gems themselves look very nice. Looking at them as you look at it more closely, you or I, tinkerer and jeweler by trade, yeah. They're made of glass.
Oh. Really pretty, but not
really,
real.
really pretty, but not that valuable, probably about 10, 15 gold.
But other people don't know they're not real. So
I mean, yeah.
still gonna wear it.
Let's work with that. Orcs and goblins in particular, very likely to be fooled.
So nothing else happens during your watch. They've stopped. You don't see any creatures. They've stopped doing their sweeps. And Halbernick get up for the last watch, and I'm guessing no one sleeps through.
Oh yeah,
Recovering from that poison.
Yeah.
Probably need the 8 hours.
So Halbernick, you can, for the last 4 hours, you complete your trance, and you can keep an eye on the woodland. It's very still and very quiet. You can occasionally hear animals moving around and things like that, but you don't hear hide nor hair of any other, creatures of any kind.
There would be plenty of praying, I think.
Mm-hmm. You praying for anything in particular?
No, that's the thing. It's not mechanical, but it's the thing of zenning out, I suppose, for them. It's a way of balancing the mind, which I think is necessary.
Well, your god is Corellin Larethian, who is god of elves, and this area, the space that you're in, does have a very natural, organic vibe to it. So it does feel like sort of like where you were born, like where you were raised. It is sort of a landscape you feel quite comfortable in. And as you relax into it, is you see some of the animals moving around, and you see some of the light coming through the leaves and trees at various points. You do feel very centered. This is very much your home, or sort of like a home away from home in many ways. And this is where you're meant to be. You feel very confident and grounded in your place in the world. As you sit, relaxing, meditating, praying, a doe walks out from nearby woodland and comes quite close to the side of the hut. And because the hut is magical and because it can't see you, it's probably the closest you've ever been to a doe that is wild, that is not tamed in any way. Some of the people that you know would ride elk and that sort of thing, but you've never done that. But yes, it is surprisingly closer than you've ever been to one. It's just it clearly smells something. It's clearly like, something's not quite right here. There's a look of sort of slight perplexion, slight animal perplexion on its face, but it does sort of, your hand is very close to it if you want to be reaching out towards the edge of the dome.
This is, it's trying to mirror it in the thing of almost trying to get inside its head, not in a literal sense, but in the thing of, what are you thinking? You're an amazing thing.
Do you reach out of the dome for it, or do you always stay inside?
I think I always stay inside. It's a good idea to lean out.
Okay. It will sort of, again, testing the air, trying to work out what this strange smell is more than anything else. And it will eventually lose interest and move back and slowly walk away.
Yep. That's all that's going to happen. That's all that's going to happen.
Okay. You all complete your long rest.
Press the button.
Press that button.
I did that so long ago, and I was really worried when the people started coming
me
out.
too.
I was like, oh, nuts. I think I'm going to have to go back on this. What did I just thought I used up? Whoops.
I made rolls. I did it fairly.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to go talk to Hal.
Sure, as you're all getting, you don't all just like, we're awake! Adventure continues. Like you are all slowly waking up. Corey, you had a sort of couple hours here, couple hours there, so you're probably the groggiest, I'd say, but you are all sort of coming to and getting yourselves ready to continue on with the day. You can all speak to each other whenever you want. Corey, you go talk to Hal.
On in.
Good day.
It's like 4 in the afternoon. Actually, no, it's 8 hours. It's early evening.
So, I pinched this earlier.
Well done.
And, well, no, but looking at it, I actually feel like it might be from culturally yours. So I wanted to offer it to you. Because it feels wrong of me to keep it.
That's very kind. Very honourable. Not that you're not. Anyway.
Didn't know what it said, but I recognised the crest, so.
What does it say?
It is it's a religious piece. It's not it's not Corellan based. It is from Silvery Moon, but it would be used in death rites. It's a cup of, correct me if I'm wrong on this, Labella Senoref, the elven god of death and reincarnation.
Yeah, why not?
It's something like that. I'm 90% sure, and I'm sure that Chet will tell me if I'm wrong.
This is quite something. It's very beautiful. Thank you.
No, not at all.
I will look after it. Where did it come from?
From that box that the orc stole.
It has a far greater chance of getting back to its rightful place with me than it does any other way. So,
That's what I thought.
well done. Thank
No
you.
worries.
I'm going to put it away, and suddenly a very big tick in Albanet's box. For Coriolis. That's cool.
Yeah.
Big cross in mine.
That's the right thing to do.
Giving things you stole back.
What's going on?
Well,
Coriolis doesn't nick things because she wants to have things. She nicks things because she likes things and wants them to exist in their own place.
Namlin, do you see this exchange? You're welcome to.
Oh, I mean, Naolin's like everywhere and anywhere at any point in time. I feel like if she was watching, it'd just be like silently just taking note, like noted.
Yeah, that's the thing. So once this quite sort of tender moment, I'm like, oh, that's wonderful. I look up, and the first thing I see is the bloodshot still,
Oh no, it's fresh as a daisy now.
Yeah, exactly. But just looking across and like, I saw that happen.
Just your
Probably braiding her hair.
your silent friend, while you're doing things, you just look across the campfire and just there, just peering back.
So if I step outside, it will come down. Can I step outside now, or are you all ready? Or
It's about to
let's
come down
go.
anyway. Yeah.
I'm good to go.
Let's do this.
Are
okay,
you feeling better this morning? This morning?
Much-
No.
full of beans.
I was actually asking Nolan, but it's good to know that you're also.
Sorry.
Dear God.
Naolin just looks again, just the simple.
Now, but are you all right though?
No, but.
But are you all right though?
Are you?
Yeah.
But are you?
Yeah.
What was it that happened? Did you eat something funny or?
No.
Do you have allergies
I
that we
just-
should be aware of? Because I can make a note of that and be very aware.
I know I was poisoned,
Oh.
but I don't know how. Maybe.
Don't maybe get an inkling at this point.
Corey, roll me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Oh, this is going to be amazing.
Oh no, it's only an 8.
Nah.
No idea.
Fine.
Comes around you sometimes. Worse.
Maybe we should, talk about getting into this keep, because as much as I enjoyed the light show, maybe we need to be a bit smarter about kicking down the front door.
It may be that the front door is not the best way to go, given that actually, and Thomas kind of goes into a little bit of a tactical, there's places where it was run down and that kind of thing, and he does seem to have relaxed a little bit. There are some of the areas of the keep that are a little run down, and maybe if we were able to climb higher in the mountain to come back down through those bits, I don't know, maybe there'd be gaps to sneak in through that wouldn't be directly going towards the front door.
Anyone else know you can do this? Very much enjoying it. Very impressive.
What, climb?
Yes, that's exactly what he was doing yesterday. All of yesterday.
I see. I must pay more attention. Very impressive.
We had several conversations.
Did we?
I'm all for the mountain plan.
Oh my. Very, very good.
Big fan.
And
You wish to
presumably
Everybody have a climbing kit? Or is it just me?
Oh, good question.
I don't think I do.
I'm also tiny, so.
Oh, I have rope.
Am I the smallest?
Climbing kit.
You
It's not
are.
as a competition.
You're a gnome, and Thomas is a halfling. So, Corey, you are slightly smaller than Thomas, I'd say.
I've got.
I think you can have rope.
I've got rope. Yeah, I've got rope.
well, I may not have a climbing kit, but if all else fails, I do have other ways of propelling myself up mountains.
What, can you fly?
Well, not yet, but I can teleport. If necessary.
Congratulations.
It's not a competition.
You made it one yesterday!
I think you'll find that Lariel Silverhand made it one.
Competition? What?
I have no bones with sorcerers, only with those who believe that they're more important than wizards because they were born with skills rather than learnt them. Do you feel that
I wasn't
way?
born with skills. No, I wasn't born with skills.
You just magically sprung from the ground at some point.
Well, no, so I went on a trip, right, by accident, to this place that was all purple. And
I've
the
done
people... Huh?
I've done that.
Yeah. We've all been there. And don't do drugs, kids. Oh my god, I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry.
PG-13. Right.
No, I went and I visited this place that was all purple, and when I got back, it was an accident. I didn't go there deliberately. It was, I just ended up there. And when I got back, the people that I spoke to about my trip kind of said that they call it the astral plane, and there's all stars and stuff. And I came back and I could speak a whole new language, and I could do weird, cool stuff.
Am I aware of the astral sea?
Of course you are. You're a wizard, Harry.
I'm sorry. You accidentally went to the astral sea, the most dangerous plane in the realms. You accidentally went to the astral sea, and then you suddenly developed magic and came back and learnt a new language.
Yeah.
This is why...
Maybe we should worry less about who's got the biggest magic wand.
I'm not worried about who's got...
Focus on-
No, this is fascinating. You went to the astral... Tell me more.
Oh, well, why don't we walk and talk? So, and then I'll
I'd
just...
actually to go before we have to concentrate.
Maybe we should try and keep the element of surprise.
Yes, this is incredibly surprising. Tell me more about the astral sea.
No one's just going to stealth.
I'll tell you all about it when we next get a chance to sit down and chat.
Amazing. So, did something with tentacles? bestow you with powers.
Please tell me you're discussing this as usual.
I'm trying to stealth while also answering Shivara's questions because I'm aware that I need to stealth. But I also don't. I also have a newfound friendship, and I don't want to mess it up. So
Yeah. This is fine. Cool. Can you roll? Everyone roll a stealth check, please. Start there. Why not?
Yes. Oh, well,
Bibbidi bobbidi.
may make the whole
I
point.
feel like appropriately, I have rolled a 7.
Possible. It's going to be good. It's not.
I've rolled a 4.
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
Is this the thing of the questions are being answered? And I think we need to be quiet.
17. And I'm thinking
like-
of dark bush somewhere.
This is the back of the school bus.
Now, Lynn, you are realizing pretty quickly that this party is probably not going to be that good at stealthing into this location.
I'm gonna die.
Maybe you could suggest an alternative plan that involves someone like you stealthing inside and opening the door.
Yeah, I think out of nowhere now it just appears in the middle of everybody. It's right.
No.
Is it
gonna
actually
try.
a C?
Well, not as such. There's a lot of stars. It's kind of gravity is not quite the same. It's kind of up and then not.
There's another.
It's-
I'm just gonna walk off as the conversation's like, can I stealth again? Just see if I can get out of there.
Yeah.
And
So we have no idea where you've gone.
that's a 19.
Very good.
Sure. Yeah. Again, no one knows where
we
you are.
need to stay together. Oh,
I'm just gonna climb up the the side.
If you don't tell us, we're going to continue climbing up and we're going to ruin your stealth.
It's okay. Like I'm gone.
You,
I'm out of there.
Teams have to learn to work together. They don't just happen to work together. Cool. So the group of 4, all sort of making quite a lot of noises, making your way back up towards the...
well, no, we're going the same way because no one ever told us that we weren't. So we're all doing exactly the same thing at the same pace because we're all stealthing.
Cool.
So, yes.
We'll cross that bridge.
I'll be a little
we're
bit
not
ahead
trying to
of
go
you.
like to the
That's okay.
side to try and go.
Yeah, I
so
thought
we're
we
not
were
going
like up
to
round.
the door.
Okay, so as the 4 of you discuss this, should we go up, round, and how are we going to do this, and what are we going
No,
to
no,
do?
because we know what we're doing. We're all going the same.
Cool. You all reach
Where?
the sort of cliff side that is the things on the side of, and you're presumably going to climb this cliff side. Now, Glenn, are you going to climb the cliff?
A different way.
I was thinking, go try and like get as close as I can to the doors while stealthing because they'll be in the arrow. And how big are these arrow slits?
Oh, they were windows. They're not arrow slits. They're windows.
Excellent. Yeah, just gonna climb straight up to the windows. Have they got a lock on them? Yeah,
You don't know.
Yeah, we'll get to that when we get to that bridge.
So, Nelmlin is stealth. You don't know where she's gone. As the 4 of you walk up, you probably get to where you go, where's Nelmlin? What was the plan?
Yeah.
She's a bit of a loose cannon, isn't she?
She's just really bloody good at what she does.
You know, I can't actually shield people from spell effects if I don't know where they are. It's going to be a bit of a problem.
She probably doesn't care.
Survives, then.
She might when I fireball her.
That's a risk that she's probably willing to take.
Yeah. We'll have words about it later, I'm sure.
The 4 of you are now at the point where you know that if you go around this basically cliff of rock any further, you'll be in sight of the keep, and you know that there were people patrolling there last time, so what do the 4 of you want to do? Then we'll get to you in a second.
Well, follow
Fine.
Thomas.
Follow Thomas.
How high is the cliff?
The cliff face that goes up, so that it's shielded by this cliff of rock, this large lump of rock that means you can't see the keep easily from anywhere. It's probably about a couple 100 foot high,
God.
but you could easily get up a part of it, try and make your way across the top of it and get around sort of midway. And the keep's very tall, but it's all in rock. Like it's a bit like, I can't remember what it's called, the place in...
Oh, Petra.
Thank you, Petra. It's a bit like Petra in that it's basically a building built into the side of a cliff, and there's not like jutting bits out of it, it's just a building in the side of a cliff.
How much climbing would be required? Are we talking athletics checks?
You'd probably have to climb up about, like, if you wanted to climb up and stay stealthy and be sort of halfway up the cliff, you'd probably need to be making, like a couple of athletics checks. Are the four
Let's
of you
give it
stood
a
at
whirl.
How for a counterpoint, how high up are the windows?
You can't see them at the moment, but if you think back, roll a history check.
It's bad. That's a 13.
You didn't get that close to the keep, so you're not 100% sure of how high up they were. Probably in the range of 30 to 50 feet. They're not all in a line. There's like a series of them dotted around.
Okay.
So the four of you are, discussing this, just out of sight of the keep, working out what you're going to do?
That's the plan.
Wouldn't happen to be classic video game.
Video game? Video game?
Are the video game? There wouldn't happen to be classic video game style waist-high obstacles that someone of a short stature may be able to kind of...
What is this, Gears of War? No. There are, as described when Nelman was sneaking, it's not like a flat surface. There are rocky outcroppings and things. It's not a perfectly flat surface, so you could potentially sneak your way up to the keep, yes. Speaking of which, Nelman. Are you? Because if the four of you are discussing this, Nelman's got a bit of time. Nelman, you are very stealthy and very fast, and you rolled a 19. Are you maintaining your stealth roll and moving? Yep, cool. Right. As you make... It's fine. As you make your way towards the keep... As you make your way towards the keep, you get to about 50 feet away from it, dodging between various bits of rock. There's no people outside the front and the door is still shut.
Okay.
All is quiet on the rest in front. There's no noise from the windows, no nothing. Do you want to keep going?
Can I make a little perception check just to see if there's anybody watching for us? Because presumably they should be.
Absolutely.
What is wrong?
That is boop 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 boop.
Boop.
17 perception.
Looking up at the windows, and they are it's not like a row of windows, like there's a corridor there. They're spaced out, and some of the windows have clearly caved in places. It's like the outside of this building had various windows and arrow slits, and some of them have caved in, and there's only about 5 that you can see. There's some lower down, about 10 feet off the ground, and there's some that are a good 30, 40 feet off the ground higher up. You think you see the glint of an arrowhead poking out of one of the lower level ones with a perception check of 17.
It's just the windows, isn't it?
It's just the windows, isn't it?
There's no openings from the cave-in parts.
There are parts where it looks like there would have been, but they've clearly been filled in. This place has been made defensible.
Yeah, I think she's just gonna stealth forward.
Okay.
And
you rolled a perception check, so roll me another stealth check, please.
That's a lot better. 26.
Yeah, because I rolled a perception check and it was a nat 20.
Get out of here with your nat 20s. I don't need no nat 20s.
You make your way to the wall. You are now right next to the building and underneath one of these windows, and you've not been seen as far as you're aware. In the meantime, what are the four of you doing?
I think Coriolis is just gonna go try being really stealthy and small towards the castle.
You're going to try and sneak around?
Yeah.
Do you tell everyone what you're doing?
I think I'm bored of discussion and I just go.
Okay, roll stealth check.
Okay. Immediately regretting my decision.
No, this is a brilliant idea. I love the fact that the group is getting smaller and smaller.
I rolled a 9!
You all see Coriolis do this exact thing.
We can see you. And if we can see you, they can see you.
Shh, I'm stealthing.
You're not stealthing. We can see you.
I am!
No, the thing that Naomi did where she just disappeared, that was stealthing.
You've just bobbed your head down.
I don't think either of it.
Yeah, isn't that stealthing? I'm stealthing.
You're not.
I am the knight.
What?
You're not.
If we want to plan to stealth, then let's do that. But I thought we were going to climb up this cliff.
I thought you didn't want to get shot.
Well, no one wants to get shot. Hey.
I'm not talking to you.
Oh, sorry.
I think. Sorry.
Should we just climb the cliff?
I am happy to do that. So we haven't actually started the
No, you're still discussing.
Coriolis just be like,
Yeah. So the three of us who are left haven't actually started.
No, Corey hasn't gone.
No.
Corey hasn't gone.
no, I didn't go. I just tried to stealth them.
Got caught.
So are the four of you still bumbling about? Just to be clear.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
I think
Fine, we'll climb.
the confusion that I had was I had a landscape confusion. I thought that we were going to have to go to the front of the thing to the front of the keep.
You can climb. You can climb up the rocky outcropping
Fine.
to get to like the top of it because it's blocking off.
I'm going to try. I mean, I don't. The problem is, I don't have a climbing kit, so I don't know if
it's
that's
a couple hundred feet high. It's a big rocky outcropping, so it would be a couple of rolls, and people would be doing it together in groups. So yes.
Yeah.
I have a rope if that's helpful.
I don't have a rope. I don't know what I was thinking.
Ropes are 50 foot long and in adventurous kits. So if you tied two of them, what?
It's just golden. I'm sorry, but I think everybody missed that.
No, I don't know what I was thinking. I heard that.
I don't have any rope. I don't know what I was thinking, but completely in character. I was like, oh, yeah.
Maybe
Thank you
if
very
you
much.
climb up, Thomas, with the rope, and then you hang the rope down, then we can climb up the rope.
and make it easier.
Yeah, very much so. It would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, for the sake of ease and making our lives easier, that if Thomas climbs up and ties the two pieces of rope together that you have, and then you can all climb up afterwards, you can make your way to the top.
I will say that the selfish idiot with the climbing clip did, bugger off. So, we can have words about that later too.
I just want to say, because they're discussing how they're doing this, would I be able to have done what I need to do?
That took like 2 seconds, Niall.
We're about to do it. You hold your horses. Thomas, do you want to start climbing the rock face?
I feel like it's not going to be needed,
Hey,
but yes.
the dice are many-sided. Come on.
Many-sided dice.
That's a 10.
The visual, if you'll allow that, is kung, kung, kung. Guys, I'm doing it. You look around. You're at head height with Halbernet.
Impressive.
Any moment now, you'll be able to follow up, right?
Oh, yes, no, absolutely. Keep going. It won't take long.
I mean, just to Corey, like to the side, like if Thomas can't do it, there's just no way that I'm going to be able to get up there.
No, the rope. I'll let the rope down, and then you'll be able to follow up with the rope, and that'll make it easier.
Perfect.
Thomas is
then
now about 7 foot up. Which is, about 2 to 3 times Thomas's height, so it is impressive.
Also, kind of, if it's the thing of just as the rope starts to go up and it starts to get tangled, if I can just reach up. Sorry, if you just. Better now. Keep going. Very impressive.
Nyamlin, what were you up to?
So, climbing up the wall, the plan is
Yeah.
to use the climbing kit.
You want to hammer in pitons while stealthy? No.
All right.
Hang on, I'm super stealthy.
Bang.
Ting!
To climb up the wall and attach the daggers to both ends of the rope. The first dagger is going to go into the woodwork of the window.
It's not
The
made of
second
wood, it's
dagger-
all made of stone.
Is it stone?
It's all stone.
I'd be able to find a groove in the stone then.
What are you trying to do?
I'll tell you. The other dagger is going into the person with the crossbow bolt, and I'm going to stab them, hopefully get that crit, pull them out of the window, and use them as a rope for everyone to climb up. Wow!
Do you have a rope on you?
Why not stab them, leave the dagger in them, and use them as weight so everyone can climb up?
That too?
Yeah, that too. That'll work.
Reasonable.
Now, the window
These
is...
plans are foolproof. I think that's what we've
The
established.
window is 10 foot up. Are you going to basically... Because 10 foot, you can climb that relatively easily.
10 foot is not 30 to 50.
No, because you rolled a 13 on your history check. 10
That's quite a big variance, Chris. I could have Misty stepped into that.
You still can.
Now,
The distance. You know, when you're thinking about it, is the distance.
Now then, do you want to basically scramble up the wall and attack the person inside with a surprise attack? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, I was trying to stab them and then create like a little bridge for everyone to gather up.
Yeah, that's fine. You can do that. Your stealth check was a 26, so the person inside has no idea that you are there. That is fine. To get 10 foot up, see where they are, and hit them with the attack is going to be quite difficult. So I'm going to put
I already saw them. The idea was that it was literally like from the angle, just going on me like, hello.
Yeah, sure. It's 10 foot up.
Yeah.
For you to Assassin's Creed this properly, you're going to have to do some cool maneuvers.
Okay.
So, from 10 foot up, do you want to have a dagger in one hand and climb with one hand?
I imagine it's dagger in the mouth, climbing.
Yes.
You know.
Okay. Can you make me an athletics check? Or you can make an acrobatics check, but the DC is significantly higher.
It's okay. I'm proficient in both, so I'll take athletics.
Do it.
I've got an advantage button here.
Squat nimbleness.
So...
That's one grapples, so it's not, you don't have advantage on this.
I'm grappling the wall.
No, you're not. Not always.
That was a 13, I believe? Yes. 4 plus 9 is 13.
Cool. You scramble up the wall to the window edge, and as you get to the edge, you grab hold of the edge and are pulling the dagger out to leap up and stab the person. You break away a bit of rock, and the goblin who is there just looks down, sort of, pulls the rope out. You have to roll. It's an initiative roll off. Yeah.
All right. Oh, that's 16 again.
Good. I rolled a nat one.
Yes. Awesome.
These poor goblins.
Hey,
they live to die.
I'm trying.
They live to die.
So, and then you do get the sneak attack, and you do get the surprise round effectively because you go first in combat. So,
Excellent. So, I don't know if that'll hit though.
what you got?
A bloody 11.
Oh. Did you roll advantage?
No.
Why do you hang on? You're not stealth. They know where you are because you messed up the athletics roll. So you strike out and just you get caught on the windowsill. You're now sat on the edge of the windowsill, striking out.
Could I have used my bonus action as a steady aim? I'm not using it for anything else, am I? I'm not moving anywhere.
You do have 2 daggers. You could do an offhand attack as well.
Do it.
It's better to have advantage because you won't get your sneak attack.
No, you can get sneak attack on your offhand. It's fine.
No, but only if you've got an ally within range.
Ah.
Yeah, if it's not advantage. So I'll take the advantage.
Do it.
Shit, then. This is why we have... Oh, I rolled the same fuck. I guess then I'll have to offhand. Oh no, I can't.
You can't.
That's my bonus action.
Done now.
You strike out with your dagger, which screeches off the stone. This window is slightly deeper than you anticipated it being, and the goblin at the other end of the window just You are within 5 feet of it, though. The goblin is going to nimble escape, disengage,
Oh, poop.
and run inside, shouting in goblin. You all hear shouting in goblin on the outside.
And then probably seeing me on the window ledge like...
I think we found Niralen.
And the goblin that's shouting.
You can't see the goblin that's shouting.
Sorry, I'll be up here any minute.
I think non-full frontal has failed.
I'm just going to hammer in a piton and throw a rope down for them.
And then go inside.
I mean, why would you go inside? You're gonna die.
Pop my head in to see what's on the left and right first.
Cool. Now then, you hammer in a piece on. That's fine. I'll let you just do that. And as the others start moving around, Thomas, do you come back down?
Oh.
You slide down.
Not just the weight of the
But
armor.
it's just like, no.
He's a sweet baby angel.
As the four of you round the corner and see Norman in the window, Norman hammering in the piton, letting down the rope so they can get there. Norman, as you look back inside, you're looking into Sharpstone Keep. And looking inside, you can see a space you recognize.
Mm-hmm.
You've been here before. This is your ancestral home, after all. And as you look inside and start to recognize things, you hear shouting in Orc and in Goblin and in Kobold, well, Draconic, as before. And you also hear a guttural bellow in Giant, far bigger and far louder than anything you have heard so far. Just a roar of fury, anger, and frustration. And that's where we're going to pick up next time.
Oh no!
Yes!
Oh.
It's going so well.
That last half an hour roundly made us all look terrible.
It really did.
Hey, D&D, what can I say? This is just what happens
Dice
sometimes.
are a cruel mistress.
It's going to be so cool. We could have really rounded it off, but no.
Well, no,
211.
Niall was going to be so cool, and we were going to be terrible.
Hey, we could have
Thomas
been
would have
cool
made
as
it up
well.
that clip of
My favourite bit of that whole thing was you going, this is a way to end the conversation. I feel like I feel like I want to do that in real life.
I'm stealthing.
Anyway, we better round up for the night. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Catch part 3 of the Anvil of Dumathoin next week, Tuesday, 7 p.m. GMT to 11 a.m. Pacific time. We are playing Anvil of Dumathoin for 8 episodes, and we are 2 in. So join us next time for part 3, which is almost halfway time. But yes, that's what we're doing.
Sad times.
No, it'll be great then. And join us on Mondays where we run shows from 6 p.m. to 6 p.m. GMT, that's 10 a.m. Pacific time. We're currently playing Gloom Falls on Baldur's Gate, and things have gotten super horror and intense because there's not a lot left to go, only a couple episodes left, so I'm DMing that
It's a
one
lot.
too. It's a lot.
If you want to watch me cry on stream.
Yeah. So join us on Mondays for Gloom Falls on Baldur's Gate, and on Saturdays we have our lovely new chat show hosted by David Shears. I'm not sure who the guest is this week, you know? No. But yes, there will be a guest talking about D&D, probably one of us. It might be someone from outside of our group, though. We are starting to expand that out a bit. So yeah, catch one of us answering questions about D&D and letting the dice rolls decide what happens next, which is quite nice. So yes, join us for Talk Together on Saturdays. That's also at 6 p.m. GMT, which is 10 a.m. Pacific, and all times in between. All of our shows are streamed at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg, and you can find all of our content archived at youtube.com/rolltogetherrpg. There's also podcast versions of all our shows, as described beforehand. Just search Roll Together RPG on your favourite podcasting app or your least favourite podcasting app. It doesn't matter really. You can search for it anywhere. It's everywhere. Podcasts, you know. So I guess. Yeah.
Radio you can't stop you making.
Yeah, that's just what it is. So I guess. Massive thank you to our D20 Club on Patreon. You are wonderful people. Thank you so much for letting us do this and being part of this. And a massive thank you again to Warriors of Waterdeep, to Ludia for allowing us to play their wonderful characters in their wonderful game. Much, much appreciated.
Very much.
We are all over social media as Roll Together RPG. Join us, find out more about what we do, and engage with us. We're very, very lovely chatters. I think that's basically it, everyone. Thank you so much, all. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye.